bonus 1,000 flash will win apparet curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
So here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece to the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day. A job well done. Locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
And you conquered another game. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
and when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed and they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez. keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like
good.
line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the line, doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day. A job well done.
Last drop.
Yep.
8th in.
Close.
The tie
Yep.
2-1. Isabel Brano.
Yep.
Two remain. Undefeated Brett.
It's going to be up in the nightcap bar just above section 103. We want everyone to bring their ugly sticks, their best kitchen party fashions for a pre-game sing-along and party. The best outfits and ugly sticks will win prizes, including a Team Gushue jersey. That's tomorrow night, so keep that in mind. Well, we came for curling today, so let's meet the teams in draw 7, starting on sheet B. First up, throwing the Red Rocks, coming in with a 1-0 record.
We'll take a look at the lineups for our feature draw this afternoon now. Team Carruthers taking on Team Gushue. For Team Gushue, skip Brad Gushue, third, Mark Nichols, second, Brendan Botcher, and lead, Jeff Walker. And for Team Carruthers at lead, Dustin Kidby, second, Kyle Deering, third, Catlin Schneider, and skip, Reed Carruthers. Tyler George here with three-time world champion Brent Lang. Brent, little lineup switch for Team Carruthers mid-season. We've seen a lot of that this season, but interesting move now with Samagalski out for the time being at the very least, and Kyle Deering in, Vicing and shooting second.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams made a very recent change, which is kind of abnormal, but Kyle Deering, an experienced guy and a guy who, I've got to know a little bit over the years, a really great teammate, a good shooter, and a really positive guy. So Derek, I think, stepped back for family reasons, and hate to see him go, but I don't know if this team will miss a step. It'll be a different dynamic. Interested to see how they operate, but even more interesting is the change that Team Gushue made, right? I mean, Reed's a top team, but Gushue being one of the top teams in the world, making a change at second and bringing in a guy who's never swept in his life and has been one of the top skips in Canada is an interesting move. So I'm always interested to see how Brendan and Brad mesh and see how Brendan plays at second. So interesting matchup, and we're not going to be able to hear each other talk here shortly.
Yeah, we're going to let you hear for a second the roar that Team Gushue is about to get in their home building. It is quite the support they have out here. Robbie Doherty down there can't even get into the names without the place exploding. A standing ovation for the hometown squad.
I think all he said this time was sheet A. Last night, at least he said, you know, sheet D yellow, and they freaked out. It's actually, as loud as it's going to be in here tonight, it's going to be hardest for the other three sheets, at least when you're playing against them. You know, the cheers happen when you know something's happening. Right next door, the other three sheets, which are all ladies' games, they're in for a treat, but they're in for a surprise. They're in for a complicated communication night, for sure.
Well, Brent, you've played in atmospheres like this many times, too. You played a Briar here in St. John's. You know how loud this can get, and the trade-off with dealing with the noise is getting to experience an atmosphere like this, too. And when you're out there and the crowd's that loud, it's packed to the gills, and they're screaming, there's no place you'd rather be.
True, very true. It is a bit of a catch-22. It's an awesome atmosphere. You can't buy this anywhere. It's hard to replicate this. I mean, it happens from time to time at some of the bigger events. This is a different animal. St. John's, the people are just fantastic, and this building just, it lights up, and for better or for worse. And some of my experiences, it's been for worse, as I've been out there while they're celebrating Brad's first Briar win, and that wasn't all that much fun, I'll be honest. I think there was, there would be 6 guys, the 4 guys on the ice, and our 5th, Scott Pfeiffer, and Coach John Dunn, and then our families in the crowd who weren't having as much fun as everybody else. But, you know, I guess you got to give the fans what they want, right? And I'm not saying we gave them that. Brad took it, but the fans got what they wanted. Just like they did in draw 1. I'm not sure if you saw the opening game, but got too much of what they wanted. Brad and crew only gave him 5 ends of entertainment. That's all it took. So see if Reed can hang around a little longer than that.
Just getting underway here. First stone of the game from Dustin Kidby.
I got light. Yeah, I got a little light. Top 8.
Go ahead.
Top 12. Like we're just. It's tight.
And Brent back on team Gushue too with Botcher stepping in. I mean, there's a school of thought that you pool as much talent as you possibly can. Obviously, we know Brendan's pedigree as a shooter and as a skip. Sweeping, we're going to find out as the season goes on, but you know, there is something to be said for chemistry and for fitting into a spot seamlessly. The team's had a lot of success so far, so it doesn't seem like it's been too much of an issue, but would that be something that you'd think twice about when you're bringing in a new player?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure you think twice about it, but you think about it for sure. There's a bunch of things, and one of the strategies is let's put together the best skilled players we can find and figure out the rest. The other one is let's put together a team we know that'll get along really well and work hard to maybe build not the skill, but the technical aspect of it. I mean, not that Brad's going to end up with somebody who's a new curler by any means, but Brad was open to say, hey, we found the best shooter. It was just too hard not to to get past that. Not to mention he lives in Edmonton. That's where Jeff lives, and so they do get special rules at the Briar. I don't know if you know that as an American friend, but
I've heard some things.
There are ever-changing rules, and one of them is Team Canada does not have the same rules as the rest of the participants in the Briar. They do not have to qualify with the residency. I'm going to go out and say I don't think that's right, but that's the way it is. So it's a tough one. So they were not constricted by that because they are Team Canada again for, I don't know, the 8th time or 9th time in 10 years or something crazy. I think it's 5 in 6 years or something like that.
We're short. I think it's to your feet.
And 6 Briar championships for Gushue coming into this season. They throw the delayed corner guard, just stops short. So traded hits with the first few, but Walker's corner guard does stop short of the rings.
So same as draw the button, guys. A little slower. Okay.
Slow 14's going to try and keep this close to the vest early, not really mix it up. Throws the first one in. And could throw a tight center guard here. I think some teams would, but
top 4.
Here's the new man on the squad, Kyle Deering. He's played for a number of different clubs. Came up through the junior ranks with a guy you might have heard of named Matt Dunstone.
Weight's good. T-line.
I haven't seen a lot of Kyle at the highest levels of play, Brent, but everything that I've heard from those that know about his pedigree and who he is as a teammate, too, have had glowing reports think that he should fit in seamlessly with this squad.
Yeah, personality-wise, there will be no issues. I think he works probably as hard as anyone could expect, and loves the game, super involved in the game, and is just a super positive guy. And Reed's already on record saying he's a witty dude, and he is. I've had lots of conversations with Kyle. He's a funny guy, and a good guy to be on the team with, I think. Interested, and I haven't talked to Catlin. I mean, Catlin's a young, fit dude, great sweeper, but he was in the house up until this week, and now he's throwing third still, but he'll be sweeping. And that's just a choice that I assume he's just a stronger sweeper than Kyle. And Kyle used to be in the house as well. He's done that for me. Like, only see a lot. Kyle also played with Pat Simmons.
Okay.
For a while there with Dunstone's whole team when Matt went to play with Laycock. They went and got kind of mentored by Pat Simmons, which was a smart idea.
Played one event with Pat, the Players' Championship back in 2016. Just a great guy to learn from the small details that you get from playing with Pat. He agreed to play second for us for the week, and just the little things that he did, you soak up as much as you can with a guy like that, and I'm sure Kyle did.
Slower than your draw the button.
So switching to the straight come around now and talking about the speed, as Kyle doesn't quite make that roll into the rings. I think if it rolled into the rings, Brad would probably hit it just to keep the blank alive, but free come around for Brendan Botcher, and it's always interesting as people change positions. I mean, number one, there's only so many shots a second can make, and when the top seconds are all making 90%, Brendan's not going to come in and make 100%. He does have a better skill set than most players on earth, I'll be honest. That's definitely accurate. But it is a different position for him, and some people are just suited to play, especially at skip. I think if you talk to a guy like John Epping, he's a skip. Played second for Madaw, and Wayne was pretty hard on him, believe it or not. I know that's hard to believe. But he's a skip, and that's what he's suited for. So I'm interested to see. I know Brendan's excited, and coming into arguably the best team of all time. There's some pressure there and a new skill set to learn. So I'm interested to see how that works out.
Yeah, not to go too deep into it, but when you look at lineup fits, you also look at, as you said, personality. But when you're trying to compete with these other seconds and players that are shooting at that 90% clip consistently, what are you bringing to the table that's going to help your team win? What are the little things that you're going to do to help? And that would be a question with bringing in Skip, a player like Brendan, where you're not questioning the skill level. But what else will this player bring to our squad that will give us an edge over the other elite teams? Because that margin is so small with these teams at this level.
Yeah, and knowing Brad a little bit, I'm sure that's one of the questions he asked Brendan. Call him and say, hey, we're interested, but what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Why would you be a good fit on this team? Here's what I think you would bring. Is that accurate? And what do I not know about you that would make? Because I'm sure Brad wasn't stuck. This wasn't Brad's only option. I'm going to say that. I don't know who he talked to. Maybe it was only Brendan. I'm sure. Well, I know a lot of people reached out to him, but they settled on Brendan for a reason. So.
Great shot of the crowd there once again, near capacity. Event essentially sold out for the week. I believe limited tickets available, but what a showing. Already midweek here at this event. Packed house watching their hometown squad. Catlin Schneider playing the intern hit.
Good sweep.
Pulling a little bit towards center, but fairly simple end thus far. Come around draw from Botcher, mostly open, but the double made to clear things wide open, except for the rock just off the front of the ring. So it's trading hits now. Nichols playing the soft intern pass on the stone in the back of the forefoot.
I think there's been some people, I don't know if they're people or bots, but they're on social media, and they're asking, why wouldn't Nichols sweep? He's one of the fittest guys on tour.
Hard to go.
Got it out, but just barely. And Mark is as fit as anybody. He's only a couple years younger than me, so he's 34, no, 44 maybe, 43, 44 would be Mark's age, somewhere around there, but super fit guy. Why wouldn't he sweep? And I don't know the answer, but one would be the chemistry between him and Brad for the last
That's the
25 years, maybe 30 years. And another is, you know, if I'm him, it's like, you know what, I've kind of proven myself as a pretty good line caller in third, and I really like my position. I like being in the house, and I don't want to change.
Yeah, and that's the important thing, bringing in a new player again, is can you keep continuity with what you already have? Not just what are they bringing to the table, but can they fill the roles that the previous player had, or are we going to have to shift things and have that player do something different, and then our current players will have to accept new roles? Knowing Brad as we do, Brent, you know he wants this machine to just roll on without having to move as few parts as possible, and he's going to have Mr. Nichols in the house with him probably until the day he retires from competitive curling.
Post for line.
And that's the right move, as you have that type of continuity and rapport.
Hard line. We're close. He's still by.
Come around draw.
Still by.
Intern here for Carruthers.
13-7.
Let it die. Let it die.
Stop.
Sit.
Yeah, that's good, Reed.
Hey, Reed, good shot.
Shot around. Okay, Reed.
Looks out the other side a little bit, back 8, but Gushue's going to elect to play the draw and try to get a cheap 2 here, Brent.
Yeah, they're saying good shot, but they're being friendly. That needed to be on the top half of the house in front of the tee line. You know, whether I like it or anybody likes it or not, Brad might be the best draw guy to ever play the game. You don't want to give him a freebie in the first end and draw around top 4, and then Reed's going to, at least it is a red guard and it's very tight, so Reed will be able to run this back. But I'd be shocked if this is anything but buried in front of the tee line.
Yeah, he's likely not playing back to that stone in the back of the 8-foot, as he doesn't want Reed to be able to follow and be shot as well. So Gushue's first. In the first end, playing the intern.
Yeah, I thought it was there. We're all there right now. It's close. T-line. Only for weight, guys. Only for weight. Weight's good. Weight only, guys. Weight's good. Line's good.
I'd be interested to see how Brendan judges as well. He's vocal, which is good. I think they probably want him to not be quiet. Like, you got to make some mistakes to get better.
Really good line here.
Isn't that where he tapped?
That's about exactly where he wanted it. That's a very difficult freeze to get shot. You probably have to move it. So the run very likely to call.
Hold back there.
What are you seeing for ice? About
a little more.
A little more?
Like for you threw normal.
So on the flip side, as they figure out the ice here, not only is Reed adjusting to a new player and how he throws, and I would say Kyle has a very similar skill set to Derek. Very good hitters, but great touch players as well. I think Derek is one of the most underrated players over the last 15 years.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw just.
But now he's got a new guy to talk to in the house, and that's an adjustment. I know Catlin was pretty new too, so he's already adjusting. But 7 events into the season, he's got to start all over again. So will be an adjustment, and he knows Kyle. They're both Winnipeg boys, but never played together before, as far as I know. And so a big adjustment. See if Reed can hit this one right on the nose and force Brad to draw the button for one.
Dead nose would be ideal for Carruthers. Avoid the backing as well. Out-turn run back.
Curl.
Does jam. Will it go off the paint?
Keep going.
It does get that yellow out. That's a really good result.
Is that back red one in or out?
Close.
He's going to have to nose it if it's close.
Top blank anyway, Mark.
Tough blank anyway, Brad says.
Anything, these are small, right?
Kind of. There's plenty of room for him to throw the out-turn blank.
I'd say it's out.
Brad, I think in some ways looked up to Kevin Martin, and one of the characteristics he has the same as Kevin is he likes to play it up a little bit to see how tough the shot is before he makes it. And I love that. I think that's just smart.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, they're really looking at, well, first if the rock is in, and second,
Try that way if you touch it. Yeah.
My guess
if you are playing this intern blank, where would you have to hit it to jam?
I think out, but
looks like it's out.
So they think it's out.
Yeah. I'm hoping
playing it that way, which is probably the way more likely jam.
Maybe. guys are pretty confident it's out. I'm good with it.
Okay, so if they're confident it's out, he's going to play this conservatively towards that red, but the red's kind of in a natural half rock place almost, so.
So final stone, first end. Gushue playing the blank one way or the other, believing that back stone is out and that they don't need contact, but be a bonus to make sure it's out. So it will roll off the paint. Drone from the audience. Don't worry, everyone. That was by design.
It's out.
Yeah, they're pretty sure it's off the paint.
Get ready for the boo birds if this measures in the rings.
The rings are off. So the biter stick will come out. One of our less complicated contraptions we have for measuring. If it touches, it's in. If it doesn't, it's out. Looks to be off.
Get ready for a cheer.
And there we go. It is a blank. 14 Gushue in the first. They'll carry hammer to the second. 0-0.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
So the rings are on. Team Gushue is correct. 0-0 with the blank in the first end after a brief question of whether or not
It's almost in.
back stone for Carruthers was on the paint. Indeed, it was not. So Gushue with hammer again in the second.
For sure curls. Based off how that ran.
Good shot.
Kidby throws the center guard right on the center line.
I think if there was any real question if that was in, he would have just nosed it and taken his point. I don't think he would have ever played that blank, but who knows? And they're talking early. Reed is talking about that lead stone being a cutter, and covered Team Jacob's game here yesterday, and I don't remember because my memory is short and not very good. Good combination. And Benny had a cutter. So most teams throw the rocks in the same order. All the coaches or players come down and with binoculars steal all the rock numbers. But sometimes they won't know why. So Reed's figuring it out pretty quick here that Benny threw that. I think it's the 8. He threw it because it's a cutter.
Corner guard there from Walker. Gushue going on the offensive.
Yeah, I did too. Lean on it a bit. Copy.
Little bit of room, but not
Brent, I
too
think
bad.
it's really important here in this weekend for almost any matchup here in the slams, but especially for Carruthers playing against Gushue, trying to get on track, not to chase, to be first in. So getting that stone top of the button underneath the center guard. They're all right with Brad playing the freeze and then matching angles, junking things up in the center.
Yeah, I think for Reed, the longer he can keep this game close, like within a point or even 2 points, the better. I think over a long period of time, I don't think anybody can debate that Team Gushue is just a stronger team at the moment. I mean, the rankings say it, the record says it, everything says that, so I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here. So when that's the case, when you're playing one of the best teams in the world and you're one of the next teams in the world,
Not really sweat.
you want to kind of shorten the game.
Even 15, you could probably get there.
14, 7, 5, 15.
Nice freeze there from Walker. Nothing new from the veteran.
Yeah, Jeff's getting old too. Everybody's getting old. It's weird. Everybody seems to be aging.
All the guys younger than us, Brent, are veterans too.
Added cat. Line's good. Room.
I had light, but
Room, cat.
That's the concern that, you know, everybody loves to make.
Go ahead, Con.
Weight's good.
a conversation about Canada and are we panicked and everything else in curling, and we do lack the 20 to 30-year-old at the top level. You look around the world, and most of their players are between 20 and 30, and that's
Get it past it. Get it past it.
there's two reasons, I think. One is because guys like Brad Gushue in their 40s are so damn
Straight
good.
freeze on ours.
And that's probably the number one reason why, you know, the next generation are, you know, you see the Dunstones, and there's nothing that's going to deter him from keeping going. He just loves the game. He's got too much talent to quit. But we are losing some of our young talent because it's so hard to break into this level.
Room.
So a little mistake there
T-line. Stay clean. Bounce it
from
ours.
Kyle
Clean.
Deering.
Yep.
He's even a
T-line.
pocket.
Hard.
Team Gushue ranked 3rd in the world, 4th year to date.
Hard. Keep going, Jeff.
Gotta get it off that yellow.
Pretty good spot, good position now for Team Gushue.
But Tyler, red's line too. Isn't that good?
Squeeze the pocket.
It would be good if there were no more rocks left in this end.
True, if that's how it ended, that would be great.
Just dead freeze.
Yeah, really good position here. This is what this team does so well, Brent.
Similar, like I swept
When
it a little
you're matching these angles up, playing into bumping stones around, trying to create an advantage. And Brad's going to do that as good as anybody who's ever played.
Hard to imagine either of those red stones being there, you know, late in this end.
I feel like that's a similar.
Yeah, a small mistake by Deering makes a huge difference in this end. If that's above the yellow frozen rock from Walker, completely changes what they play and what angle they have.
Keep going.
This is the type of setup you dream of in mixed doubles.
Keep going, Cat. Hard.
So we lost the line here, and that's a bit of an 0 for 2 for Kyle. They're going to freeze again or bump it on the nose. Maybe.
Should have thrown.
Just how do you get it out, right? Do we just hit and roll now?
Now you may want to just move it up a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
You're actually thinking of clearing.
Kill one of the reds.
I like it.
That was my first thought as well.
Okay.
So that's one of the things they're going to get from
Yeah,
Brendan.
just try a hit roll buried here.
Is a skip's perspective and somebody who's
Like that ice?
generally played the game more defensive than Brad. Team Botcher, the old Team Botchers played a lot of 3-2, 4-3, 5-4 games, and Gushue's a little more aggressive than that. Brendan really played it tight to the vest.
Remember a few 1-0, 2-1 games to the 6th and 7th and some Briars for Brendan. Brad's going to mix it up a little bit more.
I think that might be a better result.
Yeah, that red stone very lonely on the button.
I think you can hit it on the high side. It's pretty good.
Great position with all 3 yellow stones.
Border, any good?
Oh, you can get 2 for sure.
Border, is it good?
It looks like,
Can you hit on the high side?
I think Connor's right here.
I was thinking more along the lines of this. Kill that one.
That looks hard.
That's hard, yeah.
I think that's better.
Pretty good too, Cat. You can't get rid of 2 yellows?
I think
Go
you
take a
can
look
get
at it,
rid
buddy.
of
Smash a third, what happens?
Yeah, it looks close.
Pretty tough to get rid of 2.
I don't think
This
that-
just stays a lot.
Yeah,
top
you're
one
only
goes
trying to get
though.
rid of 2.
I don't,
Yeah, you can get
I
the
don't
top
think you
2.
can. Like, I think this stays a lot of the time.
That's not one of
I
the
think
ones
it's,
that's
it's going to hit pretty dead. You can kill this for fun.
I think that's what
It's-
Catlin's
this
saying
rock is just
is
probably
we're not
gonna stay
concerned
here.
about that one.
I think they
We want to lose the 2 higher ones.
But even opening
so
up the
I don't know if it's
4-foot,
the
if they
best
all
shot, though.
move, even if they all stayed, which they never will, you have double centers
Doing
at
something
least,
like
and that might be your savior. That top 8-foot red one's in a good spot if there was nothing in the
Okay,
4-foot.
so then the other shot was run and trying to plant this and kiss this.
Ooh, I really don't like the run.
You hate this, hey? So even if this doesn't go, they can just spill this one to here.
If
It's
it
not a
spills,
terrible
yeah.
situation.
So what's better? What's a better result, thin or thick?
If I can hit them simultaneously, that's the best. But I think if this one hits first, this 2's gone.
Okay.
I think
It's like
you want
a-
to hit the
it's like
buried
a
one first.
thin
Yeah,
half.
Thinner is better than
Okay.
thick.
And
If
you might
think
get that
so,
one spinning
I'll
a bit.
go on it, but I don't think it goes.
I think it's the best shot that's not really hard.
Okay.
Do you agree with Catlin here,
Even if
Brent,
it doesn't go, I think we're happy.
those 2 we're
Okay.
getting.
Get rid of a few.
We're not
Work hard,
concerned with
hit
the
it.
3rd one.
I think we get a
Anything we
chance
get on
for
the
them
3rd
both to
stone
go.
is a
I think so,
bonus.
Cat.
Yeah, and it's as much about just
Third.
I think a third.
Let's stop tying our boat to that red one on the button. Let's get rid of that now. It's gone anyway. And let's open up the forfeit, some room to maybe save ourselves with a draw. And if we, I think there's a chance if Cat hits this perfect, a third with plenty of weight. I think all the yellows are moving out of the forefoot. I think that's good.
See how many Schneider can get moving here. He's not real pleased with it out of hand. It's going to be thicker than they like. Oh, ticks the rock in the top of the 8-foot.
Leaves
Leaves 3.
The fans love it. All the reds left. That was not on purpose.
Some fairly muted applause, but
killed the only rock that was maybe their savior, unfortunately, too. And now Brad is
15 to there.
good news for Team Carruthers. They know their next shot. They're running that center guard back into the pile. Bad news, it's into a pile.
We'll very likely be looking at 4 after this draw from Nichols. Gushue wasted no time in calling this. He knows exactly where they want this stone. Brent, where's the ideal spot?
I think it might be just kind of half buried, just top 12, so that maybe they can't get the run back into the top of this one to get it coming back in the pile with much steam.
Hard, keep going.
This has really got to go just to get by the red one. So we want this cornered at least then, so they can't run it back, which it does. Still really difficult to lose more than 1 yellow with how they're set up.
Can you hit any of it? Oh yeah. I get there with like back.
It's not a terrible result for Gushue.
Seriously, Reed?
Right now it's a nose
That's not. No, they're not going to play that.
Yeah.
You got to move those.
Can you make
even
at least
back
2
line.
go?
No.
2 go.
Oh yeah, we just gotta try to get to nose or
No, I was seeing like
Catlin's on the right
try to
track
get there.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. What's the best shot?
That or the double.
What do you like?
I don't mind the double.
Which double is it?
You like that?
Double on the guards. It's super
double.
hard.
Sure.
I'll always be able to get rid of 2.
Yeah.
Not if they put one in front of it.
3/4.
This is a hard double peel. I like coming down, and I know you're not going to kill anything, but
You guys like
what
this?
Catlin was saying.
Get to as much of it as you can, move them around,
Get
and
your
leave
shooter.
yourself an option.
Yeah, in a spot, and get maybe
That
something
yellow
behind
never
the
spills
T-line.
in, eh?
You hit 3/4, it goes easy.
No, I disagree.
It's a
And this is the shot.
very tough angle, as you said, Brent, to get both these off the center and have the shooter go. You really need to have the top double open after this shot.
Yep.
He's playing it across the face and rolling in the corner this way.
That is not the way they played it, but got what they wanted. So does Brad go around the corner, or does he? I think he throws a tight guard.
He's got that double. But I think that's a shot. There's no real good split where we don't leave an easy double or a triple.
You can't let him hit the top
Little
one, 'cause
tighter?
that's possible.
No, I'm the logo.
It's very close to catching the third one, too, so I agree with Brad here. The guard is the right shot for now.
Same weight?
Same shot, really.
Same weight?
Yep. A little more ice.
They're really close to the same spot. Just so he knows, Brad knows, Reed's probably going to play this wide double, but he's going to lose his shooter, and then Brad's going to get to go around again, and they're going to be his guards. So
We're bottom of the logo.
even if Reed makes the
Yeah,
double,
that's
there's
okay. Real
three's
tight.
still highly likely.
Really tight. We're over curling. Might be in if we sweep.
Trying to guard the
Okay.
top 2 yellows.
Just leave it, just
There
leave
is
it,
a
just
slash
leave it.
double, but
Just
as you
leave it.
said, Brent, they'd be able to go
Just
around
leave it.
again.
Nibble's
This
okay.
is going into the house, though.
Okay.
I hate
This is a
that.
better ease.
It's probably as good a spot as you can leave it.
I would agree. Like, he's got to run this one in there now, so.
Good judge.
Actually slid similar.
Yeah, if that stops short of the rings, at least any slash you're playing in, you could leave them only sitting 1 afterwards.
Good judge.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, Reed
No,
can
it's a
throw it.
counter.
Reed can throw it plenty hard,
Hard to get more than 2.
but he's not one of the hardest throwers out there. Like, if
I don't hate that spot at all.
Does it look straight?
I think if Brad was playing
the
against
first
a
one looked
handful of
soft.
skips that can throw the real
just
heat,
didn't look like
he'd be a
leaving.
little bit worried that maybe all
That
of
one
these
there
are
was
moving.
just I
There's a
thought.
spot it looks like you could get all 4 going.
Like if you're at the logo, it's
3 of them
probably
go easy.
Very close to dead
giving him a
nose, too.
quarter on this side is fine.
Yeah.
I just knew you were never under curl.
No, I know.
So it wasn't a bad throw.
That's how I wanted to throw my first.
Big shot here.
Yep.
Early in the game for Carruthers. His first at the second end. We'll see how many of these yellow counters he can get moving.
Whoa, whoa. It's got it. Curl.
Hates it. Kyle hates it.
He's
picking the top one, and that's
This is the back three, so I would assume Brad's going to throw one basically the exact same spot.
I think right now, if we guard, it's only a 2.
Yeah,
no, I was thinking like if they're in the rings.
I know, but there's a quad there, though, Mark. Like, if he hit that right, he gets all 4 of these moving.
I mean, does.
You like just
split them around, maybe get
separate these a
lucky.
bit?
I like that idea. From
Right
Brad.
now, if we throw a guard, it's 2.
Do we hate the same spot? Same spot, only over this way, just a little.
He can get 4 of them.
Well, can you just go this way, half a rock? Even a
This
full
way?
rock? Yeah.
It's the same thing this way?
Could leave 3 pretty easy, though.
I know, but
Nichols' reaction.
he can get
when
all
Brad
4.
said he
That's
could
my
get all
concern.
4.
Tap it on the nose a foot?
I think he
throw,
doesn't
like,
mind
back
leaving
line
him
and
that shot.
Just jiggle
Mark
and
used
see
to
what
play with
happens.
Reed way back in the day. For Stoughton, Mark
If you
actually
do
played
this-
lead on that team, and Reed played second for a year or 2, and so he knows Reed's skill set as well as anybody.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. Just throw like that back forward T-line, yeah.
You hit it like 3/4 low.
Yeah.
And
just
then,
don't- yeah.
then your shooter's this way.
Your shooter's always
this
down.
one's here.
I was thinking on the nose. And you get these 3 in a line.
Yeah, okay.
Nose are just a little
Yeah,
low.
I like that, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've decided nose a little
Are
low.
you
Try and
throwing,
leave
like,
3 of them in a
T-line
line.
here?
Back forward.
Okay.
Try not to leave any easy triples, which might sound silly.
When they're bunched up that much, I mean, right now, if they don't throw this stone, it's a nose hit. Could be very close to a triple, so it's as easy a triple maybe as you could line up. So Gushue wants to change these angles around. Just tap this with maybe back 12, back 8.
A little more than what I threw last time, eh? You're wanting back 8? Back 4. Okay. Back 8's going to be okay.
Speak of the devil.
See?
Mr. Simmons hears his name and appears as if from nowhere.
This is the best place in the building to scout
Back
rock.
4, T-line. Go ahead, go.
Sweet.
So
Yep,
Brad's a
go,
little
go.
concerned about speed.
Hey,
He said go,
back
go, go
four.
right out of his hand.
Line's good.
Yeah, back 4.
Whoa! Back 4.
Curl.
T-line now.
Needs the curl to get to the line that they were hoping for.
Keep going. Keep
Still
going.
on the high side right now.
There's a hole. It's good.
It might
It's
be a
almost
hole.
perfect. If that was like a foot harder, I don't know if that goes through the hole or not.
It's very close. Brad,
Can you make it?
of course, he's going to say it out loud because he wants Reed to hear it that he thinks there's a hole, and there may be.
It's really close because it should drag down a bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
think it's
matter. I
draining
mean,
down.
he's going to play that nose double and see what happens.
For sure touches it if he hit it anywhere high.
High's no good though. 'cause
Nose is really close, but yeah.
a high you won't kill the
It's very
first one,
close.
so you better be
Probably
damn
closer
sure
to
you're
make the
getting one of the
triple by
other
hitting
two.
it this way and trying to get a little drag that way. But like you
I
said,
think the
this
question
is for sure
for
there.
Yeah, does it drag
Carruthers
down?
is
Can it drag
I think
there's
it
just a
does.
little bit of separation, so how much is it going to drag if you hit the spot that you want to get?
Try and get I think you got to be
3
low
or
if you
4.
want to get the back. Like it's going to drag quite a bit.
Okay.
Catlin
This
thinks
is
it's
for
going to
sure
drag considerably,
Yeah.
so
This
then
is
it's
for
missing
sure.
the top stone
Yeah.
in the 4 foot, or the third stone.
The
whichever
other
way.
triple is the middle, like
Yeah,
not the middle
let's do
3.
that.
That's
Okay,
impossible,
so I
but there's only
slid a bit
4.
first.
The second highest stone
I think, like, I
first.
need about-
Yeah, it's right there and hit like a. It's super thin though. Pretty hard not to get 2 out.
Yeah,
though.
that's the thing is there's a pretty
why I
big
think
spot
it's
you
like
can
anywhere.
hit that 2 of the yellows will go, and that's not a great result still, being down 3 very likely to Gushue after 2, but if they're not sure about those
Great way to throw it type thing.
top 2, you don't really have a whole lot of choice.
Needs some speed here, but I think a quarter stone will make 3 of these fly, and Brad will draw for 2. Shooter should most likely spin out the top of the rings or the side.
Carruthers' final stone, trying to clear 3 of these yellow Gushue counters.
Yeah, hard.
Whoa, curl.
I did it thinner. Yeah, it was just
Needed
never
to be a
going.
little thinner. but loses 2. So Gushue needs to hit the paint for 3.
Thinner than a quarter.
Brent, that would have been acceptable 3 shots ago for Brad. This was what they were trying to get to, is 3.
Never did he think they were going to get 4. He was trying to protect the 3, and here he goes, draw to the paint for 3, and I'm going to go ahead and give him this one. I think he can hit the rings with backing in a spot he just threw the exact same shot.
I don't think I could come up with a number I'd give you for odds that he doesn't make it and feel comfortable.
I'll still take it.
Whichever it is. Final stone, second end. Brad Gushue needs 12 feet of paint for his 3rd point.
Crowd's giving it to him already, too.
Crowd clapping along with it. So you better make it now. Thankfully, he's got the backing here. 3 times for the home team. See, here's it from the St. John's crowd here at the Mary Brown Center. Gushue leads 3-0 after 2.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
The home crowd happy as Brad Gushue puts up 3 in the second end against Reed Carruthers. Is a 3-0 lead.
I just think if we went back to the same spot, we're going to get rid of the lead for sure.
Gushue and Carruthers discussing where they each could have gone with their final couple stones. Always interesting to hear from your opponent what they would have done had you done something differently.
Where do you want it? Full 8 now. Leave it. We're over curling the stone.
Walker's first stone goes into the top of the 4-foot with the 3-point lead. And Carruthers goes right to the corner guard.
So Reed and the boys probably came into the game saying it'd be awesome if we could take the crowd out of it in the first 2 ends, and unfortunately that didn't happen. So now it's patience, although there's only 6 ends left. You're down 3. You need to score 2 here. Starts with a couple of good corner guards and start to play some good draws, which they weren't able to do last end. As I mentioned, we've got 3 ladies games going. We've got an all-Korean battle right in front of us. Team Kim, Team Ha. Team Kim up 2-1 after 2 ends, and Team Ha with the hammer. All-Canadian battle next door. Team Anderson versus Team Carey, and Team Carey up 1-0 playing the 3rd. Team Anderson with the hammer, and got something brewing for sure. And then Team Constantini, the Italians, versus Team Rana from Sweden, 1-1 after 2 with Constantini with the hammer. And I believe that is the game our partner here, John Cullen, is commentating. Stream them all, and we're commentating for 2 now. Things just keep getting better, Tyler.
Yeah, and he was supposed to have a partner as well, but
who do we hate? Who's this?
Our favorite Swede, Nicholas Sedin, supposed to be in with
that was
him.
A miscommunication, though. He plays tonight at 8, so I don't blame Nick for that one.
Nick's been a regular with us now as a guest commentator. Him and Mike McEwen, Chelsea Carey, Carrie Anderson, Val Sweeting have all done multiple stints and will be continuing to do so throughout this week. Isabella Rana is going to be joining for one of the evening draws as well.
I heard a rumor that you might not even be the only Olympic gold medalist in the booth soon, too. You hear that rumor?
I mean, as outside of a guest one?
Yeah, guest one. I mean, we can't hire another one, Tyler. We don't want you to feel insecure. But I hear that maybe Eve Muirhead might make an appearance on the weekend.
I heard some things there. Eve will be in town for our World Curling Athlete Commission meetings, so I'm sure she'd be happy to pop up here and join us.
Well, who wouldn't be? I mean, honestly.
They're really beating down the door. You know, we had to lock it. And Simmons had a key apparently anyways, because he just brought us something up here to sip on. It's like a soda of some sort. So thanks, Pat.
We are in the rafters, so it's dry at this altitude, even though it's been raining for 30 days.
So Gushue stacking these stones up, and Brent, this is mostly just about making Reed waste some stones. Can't really go to the corners as long as you have to move these yellows first.
Yeah, the longer that Reed forgets about the corner guards, the happier Brad is, more than likely.
See how many Deering can get going. 2 go. Shooter stays in the house, a usable stone too.
Brad wanting to remove this and roll just in front of his, cut off the one corner at least, and probably going to make Kyle throw another run back. So
Brendan Botcher.
We've seen guys like Wayne Madaw win a Brier at second and then go on to skip. Brendan's trying to do it backwards. Started at skip. Got the hard part done first. Wayne actually won a Brier at second, third, and skip, which is kind of cool.
Nice hit and flop there from Botcher in front of the counter in the house. Controlled the weight. Well done from the 21 Brier champ.
I believe he won the Bubble Brier.
He did. I think, Brent, too, sometimes you look at your fellow competitors and somebody in Brendan's spot that had lost 3 finals in a row, that it's kind of the player's choice, the favorite that you're hoping wins. If it's not going to be you, it's because you know how painful it is to lose 1 and to lose 3 in a row.
I sure
what
do.
It would mean to him.
We were actually we were talking about just playing that.
1 goes there. Deering, the other rolls behind the corner, which is not a bad result at all.
Really good spot, and that shooter stays in a good spot. So this is looking good. This is looking good for Reed here. This is probably going to be made. You know, Mark Nichols, he missed a come around last end. That was probably that'll probably be the only miss you get out of him, you know, in the next couple of ends. But if he makes it, at least the red is your guard coming back, and he's light again. I wonder if he's got a bad stone or just not quite feeling his weight right now.
Yeah, it's not the first time this one has come up short and over curled. That one really curling as it wrecks the guard. Weight actually wasn't too bad.
Good weight.
Might be dealing with a bit of a cutter there, Brent. You might have a point.
Yeah, well, you got 2 corners to roll behind,
yeah.
Right?
Sure.
What do you call it?
Great draw.
That's fine.
What do you get on that? 14-6.
14-6.
Straight draw now, because nothing's really in the 8-foot, so
yeah,
that's
I had it here last, yeah.
makes it a
we
little
played
bit
here in
more
the first end
comfortable.
on Reeds.
John Cullen, shouldn't you be commentating? You're tweeting at me while you're commentating.
14-5.
Guess you missed the last event. As a matter of fact, I did. I had to leave early. We had Anderson, Karwacki, Sweeting, Carey, and Courtney on the call.
Seemed close. Really good.
A little bit of room.
Far too professional to be tweeting
Much room, Carl. Go
during
ahead,
games.
Carl.
Oh, no, he's not replying to me. I missed the first one. This guy's asking why there's no women.
Hard, buddy.
So John's sticking up for
Go,
us.
keep going. Hard.
Keep going. Keep
Take
going.
that back, John.
Keep going. Keep going.
You should still be commentating, though. Needs to hit and roll off this one. Didn't. It was pretty heavy, and holy smokes is right, because now a nose hit there, and Brad's got a rock in a bad spot for Reed.
So I got a bit of play there.
And no real easy way to get one buried.
Yeah, the roll for Carruthers off of anything Brad plays is going to be to a short run.
Nose it?
You can. That's certainly okay. Kind of like that, Bill.
Okay.
Board.
Yeah.
Switch. Just gentle.
Yeah, yours is just gradual, hey?
Yep.
Out turn with control weight. You heard Nichols say just gradual, so
Yep.
not expecting a big snap on the curl.
Hard, Jeff. Head down and go. Hard! Hard, Jeff. Hard to stick around here.
This one over curling too, Brent. So maybe Mark is getting these going a little bit. And this has been consistently narrow for him so far in this game.
You're right here.
Yeah, uncharacteristic actually. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
like
a
same
total
shot,
miss.
same
It's
shot.
really hard to get a total miss out of the guy, but those are misses for sure, nonetheless. And opening up this come around, which Brad was okay to do, and I don't know if I completely agree with that. I think nosing that would have been good. Make him make the hit and roll. You then have a come around your own or a tap or something, but as always, time will tell.
Weight's good.
Okay. Max.
Line's good.
Line.
Line's good, clean.
In turn come around draw for Schneider.
Line only.
Line.
Hard.
Line.
Really feel good for Carruthers just to start dictating the action a little bit. They've been chasing Team Gushue the entire game so far, and this one looks to be over curling too. And Brett, that is a track that we see fairly consistently miss narrow in slams, but that's something that these teams know. It's nothing new.
Yeah, that's a little tight, but a little light too. Bad combination, and now
Yeah, I meant in that line of the.
Let's play in the tap.
I don't hate throwing one.
Like this double.
Can we throw an in-turn draw through there, or is it too tight?
Probably too tight. It would be the best shot.
Or
Is this edge on edge?
No.
I think you got a little air. Yeah. You got a couple inches of air. Could do this. Or do you like the guard?
kind of tricky. I kind of like the tight guard. Let him tap.
Could do
on
that
the
as
guard
well.
and back.
He probably gives him this then, right?
Yeah, he has almost room though.
the tap or even a split.
Split's
He's
hard.
gonna put me on the tee. I don't mind that. That's the toughest of all the shots.
The nose tap's good.
You could nose the middle one. Yeah, hit and roll, and if you nosed it, it wouldn't be too bad.
What do you guys like?
If we hit the guard, he's gonna.
I kind of already told you what they like. You didn't
I
like
like
it.
that tap call. This? Yeah.
I just think if we hit that guard, he can get shot around the red one yet.
Okay.
Do you ever try to get just a whisker low?
That's what I was. Yeah, I'm emotional.
That's a great shot.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
Okay. T-line?
Like this?
That same weight you threw last time's probably close.
Yep.
So best guard,
Your line
another
there,
one in the
Brendan,
rings
was,
again.
It felt a couple feet
Her
slower.
T-line weight.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
It's like a
your
lot of
path
ice
will be
to me.
close to
This
making this.
of all the sheets I've watched this week and the
Very
spots,
similar.
going to the wall side here, I've seen more misses on the under curl than over curl.
Playing the top is out.
It does look like Max to me too.
Yeah, little less, Mark.
Well, they're making me sound so smart, Tyler. I do have that little earpiece in.
Yeah, we've
Brad
mentioned,
won't wear it, but Brendan said he would. He's a
Yeah.
front end player now, so
knows his role. We
Yeah.
mentioned many times here in the booth that we have two-way communication with the players. We don't hear them talking to us, but they hear us, of course.
Back in. Hold it.
trying to get to the nose, even a little bit across here, and tap it to the T line and
Back in.
make the come around or the tap that much harder for
Whoa, straight.
switching the call here, I think.
Straight.
Yeah, they really want to separate these and roll a little bit now, so there's no inside roll.
That's a good shot. And
You see from the long view, they can get inside and
I'm not sure they'll get shot.
Move
Maybe.
both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I get second or shot?
It's close. I think that's.
That was the shot that Brendan said he kind of liked, but as Brad said, it was the hardest. You see why he just barely got by the center guard, and
I'm seeing this.
made
It
that
kind of looks
pretty
like
good. That was almost really
half
good.
a stone and try to roll to like there.
Yeah, we'll get it under.
Okay.
yeah, if that rolled another
Okay.
3
Just
inches,
come up a little here.
I agree.
Reed doesn't really have this shot.
I was seeing a hair more, Reed.
Okay.
There?
Yeah. That's good.
Back waiter probably half rock. He said roll right under the reds. I think if with hack, if you hit half, you'll probably roll in for shot.
It's very close. If you do clip the other yellow in the side of the 8-foot, you have to have enough weight that this one still goes out the back of the 8-foot too. So I think solid hack is probably your best weight.
I think with like if you throw the right weight, I like your ice.
If you throw the right weight, I like the ice.
That's what I'm going to try and do.
That's the idea, right? Carruthers playing the intern.
I got light.
Hack weight.
I got a hair light.
Hit and roll.
Weight's good.
I don't hate a hair light here. You got to get after this and give it a chance.
Yep. Yes.
We've seen them turn hard on this line. This is going.
Really gotta go.
Oh.
Thanks.
Won't even sit for second count. So Gushue's still sitting second. Now can put one in a track that will make scoring very difficult for Carruthers.
That's what I like. I mean, yes, the draw is there, but leave him a triple.
Over there?
Yeah.
Hey, guard.
So just playing the guard, Brent, taking that path away, and it's very likely a tap for Carruthers against 2 if this is made.
Not a super comfortable one. I'm going to have to tap it to a piece of the forefoot, and at least it is in the middle, like in the center. But it's been all Gushue, really. Team Carruthers just not getting anything quite in the right spot. And as a result, they're down 3 and most likely forced here at best.
Out-turn guard from Gushue. Just looking to take away Carruthers' draw path.
Want to work a bit? Weight's good. Just short of your broom. Line's okay. Weight's good. Dial a little. Go ahead then.
This again is where this team is so good, Brent, with exact rock placement on these guards. It's so easy for teams, even at the elite level, to say guard, but not say this is the exact spot we want this. And that spot there is going to make things very difficult on Reed.
Totally true, and you know, I don't think I'm a top-level sweeper by any means anymore, but I could still sweep most of Gushue's to the right spot because it doesn't require much effort. They're pretty close out of his hand, kind of like sweeping for Glenn Howard. You're a great sweeper. Nah, he's a really good thrower.
You always seem to get those very close to where they're supposed to go.
You almost never burn any.
I think so.
That's my skill.
It just takes its time.
Don't
like
fall
it
on
runs
them, don't
for a
touch
while.
them.
Like they were curling all of theirs, trying to curl them in there, right?
Yeah.
If you're sweeping Glenn's or Brad's draws a lot,
14,
you're
16?
probably bruising them.
Yeah, you're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate a hair less. Like
Just a little bit less.
Like we can sweep the hair for line.
Okay, now let's talk speed.
14-6 round.
So Reed's playing the out turn through the hole. Playing the stagger the easier way. Needs to almost touch forefoot. Score. Big shot here, looking at 2, his final rock of the third.
Had a hair light.
Little early.
But close.
Hard early.
Really gotta go for line.
Calling light right out of hand.
Sideways. Gotta go. Really gotta go.
Okay. Yeah.
We're not close.
Okay.
That never had a chance, and that's going to be another 2 for Gushue. We're through 3 ends. He leads Carruthers 5-0.
When you've come locally, enjoy casual.
Just a little more positive on one.
Top of the button. Top button this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't played this in a bit. I said we haven't played this in a bit.
Brent, it's just been Carruthers chasing this entire game after the first. I know it's only been 3 ends, but I think it feels a lot longer than that for Carruthers right now.
I'm sure it does. And they, like I said, they just haven't really placed a good draw yet. And until you do that, you're not going to put any pressure on the other team. If you don't get any pressure on Team Gushue, they're going to make you look silly. And so far, unfortunately for Team Carruthers, that's kind of been the case. And it's just been chasing from, not really the first end was fine, but second end in jail the whole time. Third end never got anything in there. And 5-0 is, it's not good. Stick with that.
It's tough against anyone.
Okay, go ahead then if you're light.
Let alone Team Gushue's caliber, obviously.
Wait close. Yeah, a little bit.
Especially when he's got as close as 5,000 friends here backing him up.
We're pretty good, Ram.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the patrons here at the Mary Brown Center.
Good shot.
They've been out early and often.
Shot.
Team Gushue has not disappointed thus far. Brent, in the back of your mind, too, when you're playing in front of home fans, there always has to be at least a small part of you that really wants to play well for the people that come here to support you. Obviously, you're always trying your best, but there's that little extra motivation when you have the people behind you that you want to give them a good show and you want to get into the playoff rounds.
Yeah, and Brad said as much. You know, leading up to this, he said, we're super excited, and he said, and I'm nervous.
I think similar.
And I know that, you know, obviously winning the Brier is exciting, and it was their first Brier, and it was, but one of the words he used was relief when they won that. Not just because it was his first Brier and he'd been to lots and been close, but also because he wanted more than anything to win a Brier in front of the hometown fans who support him like no other, really, let's be honest. And so, yeah, there's extra pressure here, and as they get towards the weekend, I mean, he's going to want to win this one more than a regular one, and I know he always wants to win, but this one's going to hold a little bit extra special for him. And there are rumblings, Ty, that
turn this time. Sure.
There might be another Brier here sometime shortly.
I've heard some things this week already, yeah, from multiple people.
Maybe before Brad retires, or maybe, I don't know, is that his swan song? Are they setting this up for the fadeaway, the Jordan, make the shot, walk away? I don't know.
Sound kind of storybook.
He's got his own shoes now, so he's already started the Goose shoes, which I don't even like admitting it, but they're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah, they look really good.
Yeah. Those of us in the booth may be getting a pair as well. One of us already got their pair, apparently.
Yeah, I think John stole them, actually.
Reacting funny.
What?
Yellowstone's piling up in the house once again for Team Gushue. And Brent, when we played with our squad in tournaments where we knew that there was going to be a lot of people in the building, or we're in front of a lot of our own countrymen, statesmen, whichever it might be, we always opted to embrace it, take in the moment, look around, soak in the crowd, and talk to the people. Enjoy it for all you can, because it's an experience that you don't get very often. For some teams, they try to block all that stuff out, stay focused on the task. We always thought that we played better when we embraced the moment and were more engaged with the atmosphere than if we tried to shut it out.
Yeah, that's a good shot from Kyle there, but I think the other part of that is it's just unrealistic to think you're going to pretend like it's not just another event. And you're not fooling yourself, and if you lie to yourself, that's going to hurt your confidence. Like if I can't be honest with myself, then what chance do I have to perform my best? So I couldn't agree more. Embrace it. Remind yourself that this is why you play, and this is, you're lucky to be feeling this. You're lucky to your hands are shaking, and this is what it's all about. And then try and gather yourself. Obviously, you don't want to throw a rock with a shaky hand, but yeah, and everybody's different. You got to figure that out, and the best way to do that is to get in the situation. And
look at this shot from Botcher.
Oh, just
makes the double peel.
Lighter, he would have killed that third one
got
too.
All three. Wonderful result anyways.
That one would have hit for sure, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's not garden rings. Replay, anyone? Not that they'll see it.
Bounce off the boards and make contact with that.
It's like 14-5.
Still in the house, but
a little slower than
back where it was.
I think so. Yeah. Guys like that broom. I don't know where Connor's through. He can talk to you about that.
This is close for broom.
The crowd pleaser there from Botcher.
Okay.
Both guards go.
Wonder if he's been screeched in yet.
That's an excellent question.
Because until he does, I don't know that they're going to embrace him. Rightfully so.
No, that's a must. Our content manager over here to our right might have to look into that.
D-line.
I assume that you have been screeched in at some point, Brent. I know I have.
I have. I believe I was screeched in Gander, Newfoundland, and then at Christian's on George Street.
Multiple times even.
Yeah, and then last night I had another opportunity, and I kind of bailed. I didn't bail. I watched others, including John Cullen, get screeched in, and Team Schuster. The boys got screeched in.
I'm fairly certain that's not the first time for them either.
No, Team Holman was there. They got screeched in. Team Craig got screeched in. It was quite the thing, and the guy doing the screeching in was. I felt like I was watching like a performance, like literally a professional performance. He was fantastic.
What weight do you want?
There is something about being in Newfoundland and St. John's in particular that makes you feel like you're in a movie at all times. People talk about that with Times Square in New York City. Kind of get that same sense here, a much different type of movie, but it's just a fun place to be. You know, you can just be walking down the street or through the concourse here at the arena, and the vibe of this province and this city is just different than anywhere else in Canada.
True. So another mistake over curling there from Kyle Deering, and Gushue lies 4 again, I think.
Yeah, this is getting familiar for Team Carruthers, and no guards to use either to try to find a 2 at this point. You're going to have to manufacture one by playing some angles, possibly a hit and roll, and create some backing or something to freeze to.
Yeah.
Too late in the end to throw guards now.
Smooth. You can do a peel. Take half.
You got it, Cat. Take half.
All these top players with like 3 and 4 and 5 peel weights now. Smooth and full peel, and then over the head peel.
Whoa! Good shot.
It's getting a good shot. Didn't get to the other one, but 2 more doubles and they might lie 2.
Shot, Allen. Good.
Not a bad result there, and that was just an eyelash away from the triple too, which you only need 1 rollout to try to make that other red count. And
Brad looking for his keys or something. That's what Fry used to do. He used to say he could tell a lot better by looking under the rock than by looking over top, and he was pretty good at it, actually. I got to give him credit. So regardless, I think you're just hitting and staying over here, aren't you?
Yeah, I think you can roll a little to the wide side.
Whoa!
Just trying not to leave the double back again for Carruthers.
Hard! Hard! Good shot.
There is a double. Short way or long way.
Left way, hey?
Double here. Brad hits the top one and stays. Reed makes another crosshouse double. Needs Brad to miss the double. And I score 2.
That's how this one maps out.
Whoa! Girl!
This one a fairly elementary double. Should be one they make the majority of the time.
Ooh, doesn't hold the shooter, and that's the end of that. See, strategy's only as good as the execution. And that was close by Callan after a great double on his first, and missed that by a 1/4 inch or so, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, that one an easier double than the one that he had just made as well. And so now for Gushue, just
Take a peel out here, guys.
simple stuff.
Haven't seen much this wide. I've seen the intern, but
I heard Brad say just peel, take any ice out of it.
Yeah.
Because they haven't seen really anything out here.
3/4, 2/3 blow.
Not really trying to score any points. It's just about eliminating reds at this point. A blank here is fine if you're Team Gushue. Go to the break up 5-0. That's a massive lead with only 4 ends to play. So I'd like to roll in. If you can get a force, that's even better. But
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Well, this is a point we've made
Roll it, Brendan.
repeatedly in the booth too, Brent. When you're playing in the outside tracks on any sheet, but especially an end sheet, just pick the weight up, take the ice out of it. You're not real sure how stiff it's going to be out there. Just put the broom where you want to hit it. Throw it hard. You don't have to worry about the frost.
absolutely true. Some shots require precision or require a certain weight to be made, and others, yeah, it's just not worth the risk. And he made it pretty much perfect anyway. We'd love to roll a little bit further,
Roll
but
this on mine, eh?
Yeah, it still
curl
did
the hair.
curl a little bit. Yeah.
Reed's got to make a double here to keep the blank alive. Otherwise, probably going to be forced to take a point here. So important shot here for Reed Carruthers.
Carruthers playing the double. Trying to manufacture a blank after
Whoa. Yep.
a short while ago, looking at 4 yellow counters.
Right to it, Cat. Harder.
Shot.
And good shot from
Come on,
Reed
Reed.
there. So he will have an attempt at the blank on his last, and Brent, I'm sure he would have
Bring on
taken
the
that
edge, Mark.
3 shots
Yeah.
ago after making 3 doubles in a row for his squad just to get to this point.
Yeah, no doubt. Doesn't want to get forced here. I mean, don't do the analytics on the scoreboard here because it doesn't look good for Reed either way, but
It's good. Probably a little hard.
wants to keep the hammer and try and get 2, maybe get a big break, and maybe you can get 3 in the 5th, but time will tell. First, you got to make this hit and roll out.
Good 4. Give me, yeah, right there.
So Reed throws with what's that one called? That's the crutch, right?
Got around.
I'll play the outer.
We can call it that. Yep, it's a stabilizer, crutch.
Yeah, I think well, I know the stabilizer was Earl Morris's invention because I grew up with Johnny and played juniors and stuff and was around when Earl created that. But you can see him when he's putting the broom down. He needs to grab Kyle's broom because Reed doesn't have one that's long enough to reach the ice, and then gives it back to Kyle. But here we go for the blank in the 4th end here.
Final stone of the first half of this feature matchup.
Whoa.
Carruthers playing
Whoa.
blank attempt.
Should be okay.
The outturn side.
Huh?
How about Reed? Shot.
That'll be just fine.
Around.
Blank it is for Carruthers. They have a long road ahead, trailing now against Team Gushue 5-0 at the break.
Shot around. Good pair, bud.
Good shot.
This is the Cornwall Curling Club. It's my home club. I started curling here when I was 7 years old. I decided to stick with curling because I really enjoyed the small team environment. I curled with the same girls from the time I was 9, basically until the end of juniors. So getting to form those friendships with my teammates was really special to me.
I started curling because of my grandparents, and both my parents curled and my brother, so it was just like a whole family thing. And when you walk into the curling club in Truro, Nova Scotia, and everyone greets you, and it's such a warm environment, and it's fun. After school, we'd go, and all of our friends would be there, so it was just like such a fun environment. And I got to curl with some of my closest friends growing up, so it really helped me keep in the game, and we all had the same goals.
I know what curling has done for our family, the opportunities it provided for both my girls. Nationally, we've got to see travel the world. It's just a great sport. It's a small community. People, at all levels, everybody knows each other. It's kind of a unique sport that way.
It's a sport that enables him to build his confidence and to make friends while doing something that he really enjoys.
Right now, at the age that they're at, it's just awesome to see when they come here and they see their friends at the curling club and the stuff they do off the ice too, and smiles and hanging out and just enjoying their time with friends.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
The home crowd happy here at the Mary Brown Center in Newfoundland. City of St. John's, the Coyote National, 3rd leg of the Grand Slam of Curling Tour.
Should be louder.
5-0 Gushue leads over Carruthers. Tyler George here with Brent Lang.
Should be all there.
Brent Gushue couldn't really drawn up this first half much better. They haven't had to do anything extraordinary either. It's been a lot of simple shots and a few mistakes in the wrong spots for Team Carruthers.
Don't think you can hurt it.
Yeah, and you wonder how much of that is, you know, we saw the same thing in Brad's first game, and the young German team Muskatovic, and they kind of came out, they were excited. Robbie Doherty told us this morning, he talked to them before, and he's like, you know, I apologize, guys. Don't feel like I'm against you, but the crowd's going to get fired up, and I'm going to try and fire them up. And they were excited and said, oh, of course, have at it. And they came out, and, you know, they lost in 5 ends, but coming off the ice, they said to Robbie, that was fun. Yeah. Right? And so it's a completely different atmosphere. I mean, Reed's been around a long time, so he's played in lots of big arenas and atmospheres. But this one's a little bit different where, you know, this is,
it wasn't that bad. And
it's just different. I mean, the people here are not just all in, all in and then some. And so it's, and Brad being the best, you know, the best team in Canada for the last number of years, it's not debatable.
What's that? You want a little
so already knowing he's up against it and then knowing the fans are going to be against him, it's fun.
Okay.
But it's also daunting, so you wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Hey, you mentioned Team Muskatovic too, Brett, coming off of European Championship. Amazing accomplishment for that team. And the European field, the top 6 teams in that field were ranked in the top 15 in the world. All of them over here at the Slam now as well. That tournament, an absolute meat grinder, but for that German squad, young and getting better as they go. You see the last name Cap, one that obviously we recognize too. That World Championship and Olympic field just got that much tougher with the Norwegians getting on the bronze medal podium, competing here, Team Ramsfeld. And that German team trying to get on the podium now at the international level is harder than it's ever been.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing a pretty standard start here to the end here, trying to get the corner guards up. And I talked to Ryan Fry, who coaches the Italians, and he says, oof, you know, we didn't even play bad, and we didn't make the playoffs. And Team Adine didn't make the playoffs at Euros. And he says, what does that mean for the Olympics when, you know, you add Canada and you add the U.S. and you add a couple of Asian teams, and it's like,
I think you want at least hack.
This is not the old sport we knew it was in terms of, you know, 4 teams and then the rest. It's like, quite literally at the Olympics, almost any team that's there is going to be able to make the playoffs, which also means the opposite, unfortunately. Almost any team there is going to be able to miss the playoffs. You know, and you almost finish last, and it's the same in the mixed doubles. I talked to Jen, I'm like, yeah, obviously we really want to go to the Olympics. It would be super awesome, but I know if that happens, whoever goes, I think there's 9 teams, doesn't matter, 9 or 10, but you could finish first or you could finish last. Yeah. And the difference is not going to be very big.
Go! Hard!
Fun one here for Botcher playing the tick on the corner guard.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's just mean.
That's the second time I've seen him make that this week.
That is such a tough shot for those watching. You have no idea how hard it is to make that, to move the corner and not clear it.
Hey guys.
And still, you know, roll it behind the corner to take the draw path away too for fun.
Making Brad look smart again. I think we can make up for his sweeping with his shooting.
And that again goes back to the little things we talked about, Brent, with this field being so deep for the Olympics and for the world. Where are you going to get that edge?
Line's real good.
Bringing in a player of Brendan's caliber that can make those types of shots on a consistent basis, maybe that's where you're getting your edge. I mean, the intangibles of a player that is obviously very smart in the house and as bright a mind as there is in the game in curling. You need those little edges more than ever because you just don't get, as you said, down games against the bottom of the field because there is no bottom of the field anymore.
No, if you can't find it, look in the
you.
mirror. Yeah.
You can't find the fish at the table, right?
I haven't even really seen anybody play that shot like that.
Like it looks like it curls a hair.
To chip it just a couple of feet, keep it in play, but not guard the rings and roll in the house yourself. It's and like I said, that's not a fluke. That's the second time I've seen him play it, and he made it exactly the same way yesterday.
Yep, throw the shooter. Get over there. Real
Simple elimination game now for Team Gushue.
Yeah.
Reed and Brad starting to talk a lot, which tells me they both know where we're headed here.
I think.
Or make the high.
Yeah, they were talking following that third end. about if we'd done this, what would you have done?
Okay.
When Brad played the tap to try to not leave the triple.
3/4
Very
high.
familiar with each other.
It's a pocket, and you can make a good shot here. If you punch it behind the corner and make a pocket, it's pretty damn good. Hack weight.
Yeah, just
Another local luminary in the building now. I think I shockingly see Jamie Korab down by the bar, behind the sheets.
That's where he was when I saw him earlier in the week also.
Clean.
Board. They're heavy.
Close. Whoa, close. Clean. Clean. Whoa.
I heard somebody say poke one behind the corner guard, but
Clean.
Reed said 3/4 high with
Whoa,
hack, so I
curl.
don't,
Curl. Curl.
I'm not sure how that quite works out.
Great shot, Kyle.
Good call.
Okay, like
Nice
that.
shot, bud.
Nice throw.
Yeah, pretty
Great
good.
shot, Kyle.
Pretty good. Good shot.
A very good result there.
There's an inch showing of that yellow.
What?
There's an inch showing of the
Yeah,
yellow.
I'd like to just plant it right there.
Okay.
Or worst case, it's pretty flat to do that, but keep it up. Half a rock. You can get away with a little less.
So Brad's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Right now he knows Reed could freeze around the corner guard for 3rd shot, which is fine because there's a double in the middle. If he makes this, removes this red and rolls over and bumps that yellow one out and stays there, will no longer be behind the guard.
Hard! 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 Watch the shooter. Get it up, get it up.
That's really good.
Good.
No longer a freeze behind the corner guard, is there?
Oh, they're not leaving much here for Team Carruthers, and that's the little things too, not just clearing the red stone, but taking away their best chance at setting up a 2 or 3 at the same time.
Whatever, yeah. Whatever.
Want to switch sides, or you want me?
Is that too much ice? Like
to get a hair low, I think it's
whatever you're seeing.
max.
Okay, so 14-5 to T, but I need back 4.
Yep.
Trying to create a pocket here. Force Brad to leave a red one in the ring.
Early. Yeah, gotta go.
I can't remember the last time that Team Carruthers has really had a red one in the rings and been shooting at the same time.
Room. T back 4.
They did in the 4th, but there were 3 other yellows that were out counting it at the time
Okay,
too.
fair enough. Fair enough. Because the only way to get to is you need to have another one in the rings and be shooting usually.
Nice shot,
That's a really good shot.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Shot, Cap.
Really well
Good shot.
done.
Tap it on the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're not getting the red out, so.
the
No, I was
initial
thinking tap the red.
thought is tap the red.
Tap the red.
You can
You could.
easily leave it
I like
frozen
this.
though.
Sure.
I like Brad's idea a lot better.
I think you're gonna need a little more.
But so
weight
often
than
you think, oh, let's just
Yeah.
tap it on
Probably
the
looking
nose.
for-
One on that.
You throw back 8, you
Back
tap it a
8,
little
back
high, it
12.
just bounces off one onto the corner of the other and stays locked in not a pocket, but locked on both of them
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of thing.
thinking the same thing. If I'm a few feet heavy. Okay.
The other option I like is you just hit it, let it jam, and leave it in the middle.
You got it.
Don't risk leaving a pocket when you're up 5.
Just
Weight's
through.
good.
Hey.
Just through.
Clean.
So Nichols trying to
Just
move
through.
these around,
Gotta
unlock
curl,
that stone.
Curl.
Trying to
Just
catch a
through.
piece of the outside of that
Curl.
yellow rock.
Curl. On this one, Jeff. On this one. Okay.
Oops, it just a little bit.
Okay. Good. Good weight.
If you tap it frozen, it's pretty damn good, isn't it?
Or just go around the corner for now.
That's just Brad's
Pretty
gonna
much
loop
the
if you
same
go around
way.
the corner. It's like the same shot. He can't get rid of both.
Okay.
Maybe like a foot more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting to look a little bit like a deuce
So
here.
this is
If they
quite a
make
bit less, so
another
I can give
good
you
one,
like a
but
better ad.
they
So
don't-
same slide,
they
bet
don't
like
see
hair
more
more
than
ad.
2
Yeah,
yet.
like you were.
Dead no is
So I was
so you
barely
make that
back
pocket
4,
better
Exactly,
again,
yeah.
stay directly in front of your own is probably your best result.
Line's good.
Same
See
weight.
if Schneider can
How's the weight?
Same weight.
repeat that
T-line.
previous shot.
Just T.
Yep.
Just T-line.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard. Hard line.
Clean.
It line's good.
Back 4.
Clean.
Back 4.
Clean.
Whoa.
Back
Clean.
4.
It's pretty good.
Yep,
Looks
yep.
pretty good also.
It's
Tapped it maybe a little farther than they would have liked, but not bad. I think they might still both go though.
Yeah.
Needs to have a lot of speed.
We just try and clean pick. we don't think the 3 goes. The clean pick's probably the shot.
Yeah, I'd hate the.
Oh, we're not going that way. We're always going this way.
I don't think you ever get the 3.
I don't think so either.
I think the only way to get the 3
let's
is
try
to
and
go the
clean pick,
harder
and if
way.
we touch it, so be it.
Yeah, I mean,
And maybe have Mark throw it. Brad throws it pretty hard, but Mark throws it harder. Yeah, I think the only way is hit it on the center line side, like a
Ideally,
third of a
pick.
rock or a quarter even hard, and spin it off the top
I don't
yellow.
think we're ever getting that
kill
middle
everything,
one to
but
go.
I don't think Brad can throw this one as hard as he needs
probably
to
a
make it. Not many guys can.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Mark throwing it for me. But yeah, Brad saying he doesn't think the middle one's ever going. So they really want to just make sure that the top one goes and they unlock the second one at the worst. And Brett, they have no problem giving it 2 here if it comes to it. Either they're just really trying to avoid 3.
Absolutely. Make sure this top one goes, and then Reed's still got to make something good that doesn't leave Brad a double on his last. You can't just keep tapping into a pocket and leave Brad lying 2.
Yep.
And just the clean pick. That makes 2 a little tougher as well.
Good shot.
Up? I think so.
Like a control weight shot?
I like
kill
that.
one of these yellows here, I think.
Control
Trying to
weight
think
and
what
like,
else. Yeah. You could go.
Yeah, if you don't kill one of them
Probably
now,
just hits this one.
you're
and
going to have to kill
hits
both of them on your
You might play
last.
the slash too, but
Exactly.
like if you go.
Could hit and roll
That's
on
the
that
other
one.
option.
That's
I
an
think we
option.
just like hit this and try to line them up. Line up the reds.
We're
Other
going for
options-
2. That's the shot. We're going
Yeah.
for 2.
The old reverse tick.
What's
That's
the
like if
shot?
we make
Shot
this,
for
We're going
three
for
is
3.
before
That's
the
this.
old backside tick.
I think we're probably
Pretty
going
good
for 3, right?
How do you get
I
3?
see that being called very often.
I think so.
It's going to be really hard for you to line both of those up without him being able to get the
Yeah, it's
shot.
not super easy.
No.
You could just tap. You could just nose tap and move this like
It's a hard shot.
an
It's a great
inch.
shot if you make it.
Right on the nose.
Yeah.
And just line them both
He's
up.
always going to
Then
be
you
able
gotta
to
hope
get
he
the top
misses.
one
Then he
out, though,
guards.
Kat.
He could guard
I don't
too.
think you're ever rolling both perfectly.
Could guard. Yeah.
He probably guards.
Well, let him guard. I think
Yeah.
that's we got this.
He might.
Or the in off.
Yeah.
Gonna have a shot if
Like hit and roll, like if I don't roll it, it's a free crack at that.
Yeah, I
That,
know. That's the thing.
yeah.
It's not the easiest shot.
Thought-
If you roll too
If
far.
that was you, would you just throw an intern
Interesting
bomb?
conversation.
I like trying to
right?
line them up.
That's,
Yeah.
The
I
gunner
know they
and me
want
is that's an
3, I
intern
just-
bomb, and they're all gone.
And Brad's
He
capable
controls
of
enough to
missing,
skill
but
us to get-
I don't see how you can leave him a very hard
that's a good
shot here.
It's close.
Hello.
Like it's what? Like it's 7-8.
Just a hair harder.
We need that to.
Let's play the tap call.
Pardon me?
Let's play the tap. Tap
Like-
freeze.
You got the
Top
second
freeze?
down.
Yeah,
You just
move it
don't
6
say
inches.
anything. Don't say.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
say a single
Okay.
word.
I'm fine with that then.
Just
Yeah.
let him decide.
Out turn, move it 6 inches.
I'm just going to play the tap freeze,
Trying to hit, like,
trying to
3
line up
quarters,
something
right?
really good for his last, but
Maybe nose-ish, 7,
going to
8.
leave
Yeah.
Gushue lying
Mini
2, which he's only got one more shot. Brad gets to shoot first, and I don't know,
Taking the
maybe
out
Brad's
side?
just going to give him the easy deuce by ripping the top one out, but maybe he'll feel a little bit cheeky with the momentum in the crowd. And,
Try to move it to the tee.
I don't know, maybe he's got a dinner reservation.
A little bit slow, okay? You got a reader.
If Reed does make this and Brad guards, there's not much way in to try to get that 3.
Yeah, you heard Kat say, well, we've got the in-off and we got this runner, and it's like, depends how, he's got to line up pretty good. You won't have both of them because
They're light.
you can't line up to make the double on
Where
both
is-
sides.
We gotta
I
go
don't
for
think.
weight.
Yeah, then.
Everything.
Yeah, gotta go.
Hard,
Gotta
buddy.
go line.
Okay,
Gotta
get
really
this
go.
in the ring.
We're top 12.
Nowhere
Can
easy.
you
get
get
it
it
in
in
the
there?
ring?
I don't think we are. Not even close.
Okay, whoa.
We're top, middle of Coyote.
I'm not sure it's
Now he can guard.
Okay.
Okay.
Just that's the second time Reed's missed in that
So I was
path by
wondering,
quite a bit.
was
I don't
mine
know if
too?
that's a tough path or Reed's out turn's getting away from him, but he won't be happy with that effort. And now
Mine too, and he's still got work to do.
straight guard on that red one.
Is that
I don't
him or
know
is that
what's,
the path? That's a little of
I don't know
both,
what
but
Reed's going to
mostly
have to
him.
score, let alone score 2.
It is a little. Your first
Corner guard run in, just missed the red and kind of into the crotch of the yellows is all else.
That's about it. He may not have that after this shot, depending on where Brad throws it.
I think it's no more than like 4 or 5 feet. Splitting the line's better than me in offense, so we could probably go a little.
We're not
less.
under curling many.
No.
Gushue's last. They're in the 5th, playing the guard. Already sitting 2.
Top of the low boat. A little shy of half. Line's good. Needs
This
a curl
is
bit.
made. Once again, Carruthers will be looking at something difficult against points on his last shot.
Keep going, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Right to the line.
Keep going.
Keep going. Right to the line.
Right to it.
Good shot.
No gap there. So it's probably what you were saying, Brett, the run in on the red and just barely miss the one in the top of the 4-foot.
I would have said you were middle.
I don't think this in-off actually works. I think that it hits, you know, you go into the back
Definitely spun her a bit.
yellow and then it,
You definitely spun
I
it
think
a
it
bit.
comes up and hits the red every time. Like there's no hole through there, I don't think.
A little sticky there.
Have to get awfully close to the guard, too, to make it.
Like I felt there that was to the red.
Because it's going backwards on this line.
I think the better chance is the red one just past your top 4. The corner guard red on the right as you're looking at it, just past the one top 4. Hit the back one first and then just squirt across and kill the other one. That's the only way you get 2, I think.
Yeah, Deering is looking at that one now, too. They don't seem to think that that one's there from looking at the angles.
Don't see, maybe that's there.
That one looks to be there.
What's your shot for 1?
There's no shot for 1 really either. As Brendan's saying, what's your shot for 1?
Just got to kick that to there.
Yeah, that's probably there.
I think that one might be there.
Yeah, they found it.
Okay,
That looks like
that's probably easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were talking over you,
Then
Brett, so they
2/3?
couldn't hear the
I think
call
so,
on
Ram.
the comms here.
Then
Jeez,
2/3.
Guys, we got it up here. We got a bird's eye view.
You hold up here.
We've got no emotion involved because we got no skin in the game.
It's just straight analysis.
Red one.
Thin 2/3.
Okay. Should sit for you. I got a reader.
This one likely against the loss for Reed Carruthers. Circus shot. Angle run back on the red. Needs to just barely miss his own in the top of the 4-foot. Get both yellows moving for a possible 2. I think that the partisan crowd here in St. John's would give a hearty ovation still if he's able to make it. Final stone of the 5th.
Yes!
Carruthers playing the angle run.
Whoa!
Nice shot, Reed.
Attaboy.
And makes it. Look at that. Not done so soon. The signal from
In your life.
Gushue for a great shot.
Don't hit the paint to make
The
that.
shot Brent called 5 minutes ago.
Just wasting time out here.
So it is 2 for Carruthers. Climbing back into this, still trailing 5-2.
That's got to be $1,000.
Enjoy casual.
An eyelash from handshakes, but Carruthers comes up with, so far, the shot of the week. Long angle run back double, just missing his own. Put up 2. Now trailing 5-2 to Team Gushue.
For line. Keep it over there. Keep it over there for line.
It's got to sit. It's got to sit.
Keep it over there.
Center guards here to start this end off from Kidby.
Good.
Shot.
Sit.
Off. Yeah. It's off.
One may have left the center line. So Gushue is playing for the tick shot.
Back line. Yeah, probably be hacked with this one. Okay. Well, no more than that. Just give me a little extra. Yeah.
Pressure's on here, Brent, because His teammate at second made one of these already on a tougher shot.
Right.
So you better make this one now, Jeff. You can't have the second making ticks and you're not.
Smart by Jeff there, though, Stan. With this
Yep,
one,
yep.
I mean, this rock's not great.
You
So.
gotta vocalize that so everybody hears it.
Weight's good. Hard. Hard, Brendan.
And then if Brendan can't hold it, it's like, I gotta skip sweeping my shots too. Like,
Roll the shooter, roll the shooter.
Rama time, can he get it out? I don't know. I don't think so.
Out easy.
Oh, the ram.
Okay. Good sweep.
That's a long sweep for him. Used to sweeping 6 feet at a time. Now that was 18 anyway. World champion at second back in 2011 is Reed Carruthers playing with Team Jeff Stoughton, so he does know how to sweep.
Hey, Con.
That's some horrendous bragging rights you're giving up for front end, too.
Right?
If you're Brendan, you can't let him hear the end of that at least for a day.
Hey, pretty good.
I'm worried that's too much, no?
They were close.
So Connor
Wait's
trying to get
good.
this one on the center line. Some separation. I don't know if Brad will probably just play the come around rather than the chip shot, but we'll see.
Put out there. Come on, bud. Come on. Come on.
Yep,
Distance,
keep going,
distance,
keep
distance.
going.
Come on. Okay, that's a good shot.
Good, good.
Good sweep, Kyle.
Shot.
Good brush.
Shot, Connor.
That one wasn't by much. Just got to the foam.
Line's tight.
So he is playing the come around here,
Hard,
trying to
hard.
beat them to the 4-foot.
Hard for line. Light. Hard. Top eight, top 4. Hard. Gotta go to get by. Hard.
Yeah, for Gushue, knowing even if they make the tick, they'll still be chasing, so they'd rather be first in. This one wrecks from Walker as well.
Reed's gonna leave that though, I would think.
Good weight. I just need to get out to it.
Right over there.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Whatever you want.
So.
I would leave it. Yeah, I mean, the more guards you have, the better.
It's an easier double peel.
Yeah. No, it's also another guard for us to make him look at 3, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Hey guys, speed 14.5.
this feels slow to me on the foot, so like I feel like this is more like a 14-2. Are you okay with that?
I'm good with that.
I
little more
agree with
draw
the
to the
call
back.
from Reed. Yeah,
Give
leave
us
as much
5 feet from
shrapnel
that.
up there as you can. They're still both
just get it
center
in there.
guards for the most part.
Line's good.
Line's
Weight's
good.
close.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Weight only right now. Room.
Line's
Top
real
4.
good.
Room.
Like to go
Line's
a bit.
close.
Yeah, you can
See
go.
this
Like to
one
go for
right on the
speed.
top
Weight's
of the
good.
button.
Weight's nice.
Go ahead. T-line's buried.
Don't really
on
need
this
to
line.
for speed.
T is buried.
Don't need to for speed.
Okay, you can curl it then. Straight.
Hard con.
That's a good shot.
Good.
Good shot there from Kyle
Beauty,
Deering.
bud.
Good judge, guys.
Leaving that's better.
Hey,
Yeah, it's good.
Kyle, we're quite light on time, so.
Gonna need a double peel now from Botcher to try to
Okay.
open things up and not be chasing
Are we seeing this
against a
curling
steal
in?
throughout this end.
Gotta think it's
It's
gonna go a
quite-
little bit.
Reed is quite tight on time. I mean, under 9 minutes, but there's only 2.5 ends left, so not crazy.
Yep. Hard. 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 Okay. Try.
Okay.
So that's a big difference for Brendan. As a skip, you know, you're pretty much going after every shot. And as a second, you are too.
Oh, yeah, I'll
Don't
make the
get me
adjustment.
wrong, but sometimes you may not. That one he would have been going after, but there's going to be shots where he's like, do you guys really want me to get after this? Where it's like, if I nose this, then it noses the next one and runs it back into the house.
I think that's max. Too much.
Real big trouble.
It's a little hot.
Yeah.
A little different, whereas as a
We'll
skip,
see if
it's
it'll
like, yeah,
die.
but if you don't get after it and we miss it, they steal a point. So
We're halfway.
Curl probably.
completely different when you got somebody like
Okay,
Mark
I'm just
Nichols
trying
and
to
then
let
Brad
it-
Gushue
Okay,
we're not
shooting
bad
behind
anymore.
you,
Okay,
Trying
let's
to
stop.
just let it
as
kill
opposed
for
to
speed
throwing
if I
that
can.
last rock
Yep,
yourself.
good shot.
And
Good shot,
they
Kyle.
got to
Good
make a
shot.
better, at least as good a guard, and those
Good shot,
are a lot closer together. So Brendan can have a pretty good run at this.
Same turn. I think the outs are this way.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
And they're in their honeymoon. Everything's yes right now.
So playing the out turn, crossing the face, trying to lose both of these reds.
Curl. 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 Roll the shooter.
That's well done. Great shot from Botcher. Didn't expect him to miss 2 of those, Brent.
No, exactly. And when once it got that close together,
sides are kind of
3, 4.
Yeah, just guard it up.
It's too good a player to give him the same shot
We haven't seen it.
twice.
Can we
especially
just
the
still
second
throw
time
the
it's a
in?
little easier.
Yeah, you can throw the in and throw a 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Nice speed here, Paul.
Yeah, easy early.
Okay, like the weight.
Line's good.
Same as
Easy
Kyle.
early.
Same as Kyle.
Line's fine.
Yeah.
Clean it.
Hair higher.
So for
Line's
Team
good.
You can
Carruthers,
make it a 4 if you
2.
want.
first time
Gotta
that
curl
they've
a bit.
had
3.
Line's good. Make it a
Line's
4.
some kind of
Distance.
control over
3,
the
4.
action at this point.
3.
Does not have to
Trying to
curl.
guard their single counter and find a
shot,
steal.
shot.
Good.
3
Come on.
ends to play.
Spot, Cat.
Straight peel here, I think, for Mark Nichols. Nothing else he can really do.
Yep.
They're not overly concerned about that stone on the back of the button right now. It's pretty likely if the end plays out the way it is that Brad will be playing a double on his last, or if Carruthers decides to throw the tight guard, something soft, a draw or a bump for the single. But 2 is never in play, Brent, as long as they're making the single peels, so they're not taking any chances on a long one.
Has to curl.
Sure doesn't look like it. So,
Halfway tight.
Yeah, I think you'll see another peel here, another
going.
guard,
Okay,
another
line's good now.
peel, and then
Keep
Reed
going
will
for weight.
decide, are we dead guarding it
You're
perfect,
gonna have
or are
to
we
go
gonna...
at least 4.
I think more than likely he'll put it in the top 12 foot. And like you said, Brad will take on a double unless it overcurls a little bit, and then he might take on the little freeze bump. You know, draw a tap for 1.
Good sweep.
Yeah, you can get a bonus on this one, too. He's already looking at it.
Yeah, might get a yellow one in and really change things. Make it more expensive for Reed. Looks like about a half stone, maybe a little thicker.
Oh, whoa, straight.
Trying to get it staying in the shooter in now, I think.
Yeah, it was almost a plan B there, but does make plan A the initial objective, just making the peel.
Okay, trying to put on the O in the Coyote.
We gotta go around now. That's the only way we're getting too buried.
3, 4 depth.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I think we gotta go around.
I was thinking
Thanks for
just
mentioning the
Only way
spots
we're
are
getting
there
too
again,
buried.
guys.
And making them draw
Coyote.
against 2.
Okay, I was
Put
thinking
it right on the O.
Well, then you're gonna have 1 wide open, right? You gotta go around first and force him to make a
You
decision.
can call timeout here if you guys want.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Okay, so Catlin
Come down too.
thinks
Time out.
Like pick
You
one,
go around here.
He's gonna rip that one, and then you might
I
have to
was- I
roll
was-
on your second.
I was thinking, yeah.
Time.
if you
I'm
go
out.
around
I'm
the
good.
yellow one, Brad, does he nose the middle one, then you make a hit and roll and lie 2 buried? That makes some sense.
What are you guys seeing?
Brad
You
may
gotta go
run the
around
yellow
one of the
though.
guards.
Go
That's
around
the only way he's not gonna have a nose hit. Like, you go
So we
here,
go there.
You're gonna have a nose hit in the middle of the ice.
Like you're
We gotta
thinking-
make him draw against
You're
2.
thinking he's playing a digger.
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, I'm
if
thinking
you-
he's peeling it, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna go around here, and he has a nose hit.
Well, no, we're not gonna go around there on our last.
You're gonna go in front of it.
That's fine. We gotta. Ideally, we make him draw against 2. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Well, that was the goal,
It's
but
like
I'm not
steal
sure
one's
that's
not
a
bad,
good
no?
goal
Like, we're
anymore,
still
'cause
in it?
Well,
pretty
we're
unlikely.
down 3 without. We need to steal a 2. In 6. This is not a steal a 2. He's never flashing.
What were you thinking, Con?
I was thinking guard 2 more times to try to steal 1, force get 3. But like if you go around the 4, he hit like you go around the 4, he's probably playing.
It's a
like,
free hit and roll, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Like you go here.
I don't
and
even
he-
think. I think he's probably running the 4 into everything, right?
Yeah, that's my thought too.
And
Yeah,
then he's
he
got the
could do
draw
that,
and
too.
the, like he's got the draw, and if he makes it any contact, a wide open hit.
This is fine if we're okay with stealing 1, but that's the max we're ever stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I think
for
I
sure.
agree with
Yeah.
Me,
Catlin
it's
here.
not good
I mean, if
enough.
you go around the guard, yeah, you're
you're
leaving him
seeing-
free
We're
to
okay with
roll,
that.
but if he doesn't
I
make
just,
it,
like,
you
I
get
think
the
you should
chance
Or this
to
one,
play it.
like
Now he's
either
drawn
one.
against 2
Yeah.
undercover without a good draw pass.
It's just you're never making him look at
True.
a steal
I
a
don't
2
think
doing,
I think
doing this.
Brad will run that corner.
There.
If you go around the tight one, I think he'll
There.
run it and he'll have a.
I think they're fine with that too.
He does,
He's
yeah.
playing a run as opposed
I
to
like
just
this
peeling
way
and
if
then
we
playing
go
an
in.
open
I
shot in his
agree.
last where
Just-
you're never getting more
This
than
is a
one.
really good chance.
And let him
He
play the
might
run,
nose, and then you
looking
gotta
at the
make a
2. If you
roll.
even get a half
Right?
miss out of that, you're still in the same situation you'd be if you played the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a chance that maybe you're making him look
I mean,
at a
if-
tougher shot.
If we think that's doable,
Okay, so where's ideal? Like here?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
4-3.
If he makes the
steal.
wrong double, he
Neither
makes
is,
the wrong
like,
double.
neither is,
Mind it.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
If
for
you-
sure. I mean,
you
you
have a
need
chance to
misses.
draw
You're down
against two, that's
3. I mean, if you steal one here,
We just gotta get this
force
in so we
and
can't
7,
move
like
big.
Connor said, get 3 coming home and then
Like, it has
steal
to
the
be
extra,
over,
or
you
you
pass on the
steal
other
1
side, it
here,
doesn't
you
really
steal 1 or
matter.
7, you
Can't let
steal
them
1
have
and
it.
8, you
Exactly.
steal
You
1
can
and
roll in
9.
front, then we can't do anything.
Yep.
Not very likely against a team like Brad Gushue, but
Even if we're a sliver over, buried's good,
there's
right?
nothing
Reed?
likely
As
in
long as he
terms
can't
of
dig it
winning
out.
this game if you're down 3 without
what
the
are you thinking
hammer
for
playing
speed,
6.
boys?
So
And they're
14.
drawing under the higher
Certainly
guard,
he's
it
gonna
looks
play
like,
the
too.
shot rock, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so
which is
then
good.
he's-
Yeah, that's fine.
14 and a half.
then he's not going to
corner
run
seems
it.
to be
I think
sliding
he's
good.
just going
14
to,
and a half.
14 and a half, just gotta get
you
out.
know, hit and
got it.
stay or hit and roll, and hope you don't make the hit and roll. And if you do, he'll probably follow this one down. If he can chase this one, he might. There's a couple places he could leave a double here.
And Catlin's logic is sensible, too.
Really
the
like
only
it.
way that you're
Lions
bringing
good.
2
Top
into
eight.
play.
Line's
draw.
good. Want to be fully.
We're good.
Yep,
Weight's good.
line.
Weight's good.
Dustin
Could
said,
go
well,
here.
Little for line.
If we
Weight's
try to
good.
make sure of this
Weight's
one,
there.
Okay. Line's okay. It's really
Force and
Top
get
4.
3,
It's
but
top
you still
4,
gotta
so it's
steal
close.
in the extra
Stay
It's
zone.
no
close.
double. It's really curly,
Does it have to
guys.
curl at all?
Yeah. No, it's
Gotta
just
go
keep
for
going.
distance,
Go for
distance. That's
Very
good. That's a good shot.
So
Nice.
Good
Great
shot.
Okay.
that one doesn't concern Brad very much, I can tell
Yeah,
you that.
good throw.
Yeah, good throw, Reed.
So now he can take on the hit
Does
and
his
roll.
Nice throw.
I thought they'd draw under the shorter guard
Me too.
because you can get more of the paint.
Very
Because
good.
again, you're going to need the half
Make
miss
the hit and roll,
regardless.
let
So
him
throw
freeze,
it in a
and then we'll
spot
follow
where
him.
if you do get the half miss,
Got it. Yeah.
he's throwing against 2 that are at least in the 8 foot.
Like a lot. It does look like a lot for board. That's more than one game. Or less. Sorry. There you go.
So I think Brad called the hit and roll behind Reed's shooter there. It's going to be behind the tee line, but if Reed makes a good freeze, Brad will just get to follow him down for 1. Brad's happy with 1 right now, and 4-point lead going to 7.
Form.
Clean. Whoa, clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa. Good.
Curl.
Curl. Get it across all the way.
Okay.
Looks like a nose. So Catlin's strategy gets a chance to play out here. Need a good hit and roll from skipper
late?
Reed Carruthers and lie 2 under the corner, and
Seen the
then,
out and bumper.
like you said, Tyler, Brad will have a bit of an awkward draw path.
Take a little more than.
Yeah, he just threw 10 seconds. Okay, I think that's
Yeah, I
close.
still would have liked to see him go under the shorter guard just to
You going
have
Connor's
your
way?
ideal outcome be better than this one. Like drawing it in the top of the 12 foot.
Out turn
To
bumper.
steal it 2
Love
is
it, Ron.
probably dead anyways,
Got it, pal.
because now he's got to miss the 8 foot to steal 2.
It all
Essentially
makes
for
sense.
12.
Okay, bumper weight, please.
Bumper weight. Hit and roll under his first shooter there.
Carruthers last in the 6th.
Heavy.
Trying to find a steal.
Easy. Curl. Curl.
Make Gushue look at 2 on their
Got
last.
it, curl.
Come on, you got it.
Got it, curl, cat.
Come on,
Long
Cat.
ways to
Got it,
curl
Cat.
still, trying
Keep
to get it
curling
across the
Curl.
face.
Hard. Anything, Con. Anything.
Hard. That's a great shot.
Yeah, boy,
Good
Reed.
shot there
Good
from
shot.
Carruthers. A little bit of a teaser.
Out of the draw?
I think so.
There? Yep. Like we're just drawing
See
down.
how much this actually buries on the
One
roll.
more.
Pretty good piece, so it's just a draw for Gushue against 2. So Schneider correct in
What are we thinking here? 14?
predicting.
14-2,
This is the only way we make him draw against 2.
Yeah.
Got what he wanted. Got his goal. Problem
This
is one of them is
path
only in
will
the
be any
12
slower
foot, but
here?
and
I think it'll be much.
but hey, you need a big
14-2
break,
is right.
and this is
You like that or
this is
any
a chance right here. Brad needs to make this one.
A pound more. Yeah.
Last stone, 6th end, Brad Gushue drawing the 4 foot against 2 Carruthers counters.
Up board.
All you.
Weight's good. We're there. Weight's good.
All you.
We're there.
Line's fine.
14-1. Stay with it. Stay with it.
No problem at all for Gushue. The crowd roars its approval. Single point puts Gushue back up 4, 6-2. On to the 7th end.
Well managed, guys. Well done.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Brad Gushue draws the 4-foot in the 6th end. For a single point against two Carruthers counters, now leads 6-2. 7th end of action in our feature matchup here at the Coyote National. Tyler George with Brent Lang. Brent, even down by 4 for Team Carruthers, if you're taking small victories, it's the first time that they've really put some pressure on Gushue at any point in the game, at least making him draw against 2.
Yeah, no question. And now it's need 2 here for sure. Probably need 3 and then a steal. So again, big hill to climb, but not big enough that it's anywhere near handshake. So Connor Nagovin here needs to get up a couple of corner guards, and Brad's probably going to throw another one. Jeff Walker to throw another one in the rings, and then probably play that fancy chip shot again, is my guess, for Brendan.
You can go.
Trying to challenge him at second, I guess.
Halfway on this one.
Let it go.
Okay.
That rock in a very similar place to where
That's definitely got bite.
Brendan made the tick
100%.
in the 5th end. Jeff does not get to play it, apparently.
Right, yeah. It's interesting. I guess probably wanting to make sure they have 2 in the middle that Reed and Team Carruthers have to deal with before they try it, just in case it isn't successful. I know Brandon made it look easy last time, but it's definitely not. That one's going to be harder to roll in the rings off of, too. It's higher, but be interesting to see if they play it.
That's on me. Okay, that's on me. Sorry.
Little apology from Brendan there. They didn't really want him frozen. A little higher than the other, but still a good result.
I think you lean on that pretty hard. Yeah. I think you ought to go for weight in here. Okay.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I think we're close, Kat. Yeah. Clean.
Line's good.
I don't think we're ever super heavy.
Trying to go 2 corners even up for
It's really close. Just a clean.
Carruthers.
Head
Clean's
is
good.
got every body part moves when he sees he's got
Good shot,
heels,
guys.
his toes, his
shot,
head.
Kidby gets him even up.
Like a string bean. Every
Sorry, Connor.
Nice
shot.
I've done that a few times in this game.
That seemed to be a little better than
He's not listening,
the slow
don't worry.
stuff
Yeah.
we were throwing.
Oh, he turned his comms off probably after I called him the wrong name a few times.
Coach Connor was coaching Team Laws earlier for a win. I did that game earlier
I think
today.
we're there. We're to it.
He, for any coaches out there or wannabe coaches, watch his timeout. He had, I think it was in
Weight's
the,
good.
maybe the
Higher than the 12 foot
early,
wall.
maybe the 3rd or the 5th end.
Higher than
There.
better, right there.
Came out and had all the answers that
Higher than
Caitlin needed, and Caitlin executed the shot and really saved them from a big end.
No, you're good. Good shot.
So not playing the chip shot, not showing off this time. Just going to fill up the center still.
Sure. Okay. I need more than board.
Looks
for
like
that.
a easy right
Yeah.
shot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, same shot as a couple ends ago.
Try and kill a couple here and roll behind a corner guard. Maybe leave one behind the other corner guard.
Important to keep the shooter
Pretty
here
heavy.
too for Deering.
Pretty heavy.
Curl.
You gotta curl that a mile.
Curl.
Hard, buddy.
Hard
No
guard.
ways to go to stick around.
Curl.
Keep
curl,
going, keep
curl,
going.
Curl, curl.
Sit.
Shot, Kyle.
Okay.
It does
Nice
stay
shot,
in the
Kyle.
house in the outside 12s. Gets a few yellows
bud.
moving.
Pretty good.
He's pretty good. Brad's going to have to deal with that. And if he doesn't roll back in, then they'll get to go around the corner straight away with a draw.
Oh, really?
If he does,
Probably throw Borndo and make it.
We want to make sure we get rid of it. Could just rip it out.
Okay.
Like, if we can't roll in here, it's not worth even trying.
Good shot.
I think we can. Okay. Here? Yeah.
So it sounds like Brendan's saying it's an inch or two buried, but if with board weight we get close to the guard, have Mark carve it over and hit and roll. Because Brad's right, if you can't roll under, if you're going to nose it, it almost could be end up in your way.
Whoa, it's good.
Bit of a guess out here, but Botcher and Gushue feel confident. They know the ice enough to play it with board.
Go, 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 go. Okay.
Not a bad result. We're trying to roll it in farther. It got by the guard by quite a ways.
You ever go around it?
Do you ever like around it?
Like back
Like
12?
like lose it around it. Yeah.
Why first?
I love making the top one first, and then you go around.
Okay,
it.
sure.
I think that freeze
the
is
best.
pretty
You can
good,
make them
and
be
not
shots
only
the best
because it's
It's hard, but
frozen on one, behind a guard, but also even if the guard disappears, if it's frozen perfect, when they go to remove it, it's going to come straight across on shot rock.
Same as you threw 2 ends to go to the top 12 is good.
14 and a half.
Yeah.
Negevin and Schneider were calling for that going around first, but I agree, Brent. You're setting it up that it might take
Lines get
2 shots
hair heavy right now.
just to get it
Lines
into
real
a position where it can be removed because of where that other yellow is in the fourth.
We're close.
Too much
And then
weight.
when it's frozen there, it'll be on a little angle. Maybe you can go around it later and they can't get that one either.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Well, room.
Line's
Weight's
perfect.
Needs to be
Weight's
absolutely perfect, though. Can't bounce at all. Can't
Good shot.
bounce
Real nice.
at all. So that's not locked in there. Didn't quite curl enough.
Thanks, buddy.
But a good shot nonetheless.
Make them make the hard ones. Sure. Brendan? Sure. Yep.
Nichols trying to play the straight peel on this one.
Clean.
No problem there, Mark.
Speed over here.
Yeah, so you're like that 14 and a half kind of.
Even with the red.
Now
So
get
take
around
5
the
off
other one and
Yeah, honestly, yeah. 2, 3 is good.
see if Mark ends up playing the rip or hit and roll in. Maybe rip the corner. Probably hits and rolls in off
line's
the other
good.
one. I don't
Weight's
know.
good.
Actually.
Weight's good.
Top 8
Bit of room. Extra room.
We're
Too
there
much
for
room,
speed.
Kyle.
Top 8
Too much room. Whoa.
That little bounce made that
T-line.
grip on that redstone in the top 12s
Becky.
Okay, you're
a
gonna
lot
go
more
deep.
comfortable.
We are real deep.
It's real
Girl,
deep.
Didn't have
you
any
can,
trouble
girl,
with
you can.
the jam on the other yellow
Girl,
now.
girl.
Carruthers just trying to
Good,
position
good,
these
good.
somewhere for
Shot, bud.
their next shot afterwards, not leaving a double of some kind. But really, Brent, you need 3.
Here we go. There's
Get into the side of ours.
there's a fancy shot here.
I think it comes through here. I think it comes through here, but it's close that I want you guys to have a look and
No, I
get a
don't think
couple
it
of
ever jams
opinions.
on that back when I'm with Brad. I think he's reading that one right. And then the shooter comes across and nuts on your middle one, and then it
I think it
pulls it
comes-
down
comes
right
through
into
here.
that red one, I think. Very close.
I mean, if I hit it,
It's funny how shots give you deja vu. Mark made this exact shot against us in the Worlds in 17
think you
in
get it
Edmonton.
into the side of, or
And
top
just
of that.
looked at us and shrugged
And
like
get
it was an
over there.
open hit.
Well, I shouldn't have left it for me instead,
Ah.
with a wink.
Okay.
2017, they won the Worlds that year?
Looking for half rock hard, eh?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, sure.
Played a Dean in the final.
Like, I'll give you a
That's
little
a
more
guarantee,
weight up,
isn't it?
but same turn.
Almost.
Should have seen the weld I made after he made it, though.
Oh,
Yeah, because Mark,
just wonderful,
like even
eh?
if you just do this, it's fine.
Yeah.
Made that final deficit not quite so bad.
Lost by one less. So I think thick half here, and you might see all the Reds leave town.
Yep.
Circus shot here.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Nichols get them both going.
Oh,
Close.
geez. Oh, you missed it light.
Oh, you got to throw it harder,
Come on,
Marcus.
Mark.
Come on. Couldn't hit it in a better spot. I think they'll take it, though. Crowd would have been way louder if that rock clears, though. You got to get that one
yellow
out.
too. Yeah.
What a great shot from Nichols. Now sitting
We've got
2.
some options with this.
Okay.
Okay. I like that too, Cat. Yeah.
There's a reason they call him Bam Bam. I don't know what it is, but there is a
Like
reason.
intern bub?
Might be because he's a good
Whatever,
hitter, likes
sure.
hitting things. He's
Wanna
had
take
that,
this one,
had
Connie?
that Bam Bam belt in the 06 Olympics.
Half-ish?
Yeah, real close.
I don't think he still wears it, but who knows?
Catlin trying to hit and roll
Hair big.
over in front of the other yellow counter.
Clean. Weight's close.
Whoa, clean. Yeah.
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Curl.
Curl.
And not going to roll all the way over, so looks to be shot rock, but
Go for in front of this one. Just gotta miss this.
see where Gushue wants to roll it.
Board? Yep.
Yeah. Hit and stay anything really that doesn't jam on the back and that outcounts the side one. So it has to be a little precise, but quite a bit of room to roll towards us, towards the corner guard.
Roll behind the guard. Okay. Even if we roll over in front of that red, it's not bad either. Yeah.
I think best might be just a hair high and just miss the back one and stay right there. But
You guys like that ice there?
I think if he gets that close to jamming on the back, it's a bit of a mistake with the score.
Gushue's first here in 7.
Whoa.
Hit and stick.
Clean. Whoa, yep. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Clean.
Trying to roll under this corner guard.
No roll, sit. Okay, that's
That's pretty good. Sits for second count.
Reed's got to lock one on there now. Makes perfect freeze.
And Brett, the way this game has gone, that's probably as complicated a shot as Brad has had to play.
Pretty close.
Throughout. Just a hit and roll. Everything else has been open hits, draws, one tap.
It's been a bit of a clinic from Team Gushue. I mean, they've done everything that's been asked of them. We know that Team Carruthers wanted to ask a few more difficult shots. Didn't get a lot of pressure on them for sure, as you're saying.
Almost a foot behind the
Okay, sounds good. Just freeze.
But for Brad, a well-skipped game.
Where is it? Back button?
He's just behind the tee. Yeah, back button.
Fortunate 3 in the second, and
14-5, Connor?
that 2 steal really
It's a similar throw to my
didn't knock out Team Carruthers, but definitely made him pretty dizzy.
Intern freeze attempt for Carruthers.
Later than you.
Little early.
Trying to manufacture a 2 if they can.
Hard early. Where?
He struggled a bit with draws here tonight.
Got a chance. Keep going, Cat. Hard,
He's
Cat.
been on the short side too, Brent. This one does not look heavy.
Okay, yeah.
Not close. Is that a bad rock?
You wonder on that stone because it's been the same miss every time for Reed.
Just can't leave him any. Well, there's no way if that happens.
There's no shot for 2 now, so.
Middle?
Yeah, we threw.
Yeah, you played that.
That was a while ago, but yeah.
These last 2 shots are a bit of a formality here. You know, best case for Team Carruthers, they're going to be down 3 without the hammer, and that's unfortunately not worth playing the last end. They're going to shake hands, and this place is going to get loud, and everybody's going to race over to the après curl.
That's exactly where they should go, and if you are in the area, you want some live entertainment,
Well, yeah.
maybe a few libations with some friends, celebrate the hometown team's win.
Same as what I threw last end.
Head on over to Après Curl. They open all week long. The Grand Slam version of the patch. There's a decent chance you might spot
More ice, Mark.
some broadcast commentators in that area at some point during the week.
You think George Street is fun? Wait till you see Après Curl.
I do think George Street is fun.
So do I.
I felt it was like
Outturn draw from Gushue, just trying to get to even up with
Get it to T-line.
the number 2 counter.
Good too, bro.
It's good. We're there.
14-4.
We're there.
Yep. T-line.
T will be just fine. No mistake there from Gushue. Likely the last rock he throws in this game.
Great weight.
So straight draw for 1. Maybe a little bit of a confidence booster. Reed's missed, I think, 3 draws, you know, by a pretty wide margin. Not a characteristic Missed for Reed, normally has great draw weight, and just one of those days, and had it at the wrong time against, or maybe the right time. If you're gonna have a bad game, maybe you want to have it against a team that's gonna beat you most of the time anyway. You don't want to have a bad game against a team where you're evenly matched or you think you should win more than you lose.
There are no down games here in the Grand Slams. Top 16 ranked teams in the world.
Killed it though.
Brothers final rock.
Right now I do.
Does not look to be light on this one.
Line's good. Okay. You can go a little
here.
bit. Yeah, you can go a little bit. Clean.
Curling.
Just clean. I think it's good. Clean, 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 clean.
14
It's not heavy.
flat. 14 seconds.
I don't think it's heavy here.
Wants to hit the brakes a little bit.
Sorry.
And that's just fine. Carruthers makes the draw for the single. That will be handshakes. The home team moves to 2-0. The 6-3 victory over Reed Carruthers. Brad Gushue moves on to the approval of this St. John's crowd here at the Mary Brown Center. Out on the rock. They will leave the ice to a rousing ovation from the fans. Again, what an atmosphere here. And that will be the end of our coverage for this feature matchup. We'll be back later tonight for the 8 p.m. draw. And for Tyler George and Brent Lang in the Grand Slam curling, we will see you at 8 on the rock.